Hey guys, welcome back to the Hecktic podcast. We're on every single podcast platform, including Spotify, Apple, and Google. And if you also want to watch the uncut video, tune into YouTube. We appreciate you listening in and enjoy this episode.
You know, see behind the curtain over here. This is just
Pay no attention.
Wizard of Oz
this,
style here.
yeah, it's magical over there.
That literally looks like it could almost be hot cocoa, like with that head on the top.
Maybe it is.
It's lovely. The window is open. What's up?
It's the best
Just
kind of hot
button on
cocoa.
top or button on the side. Take your pick. Dealer's choice.
Up, up, up.
There you go.
Cameras can we get in this thing?
Is that one rolling?
Yeah, I think.
Start the big guy? I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's rolling.
Cool beans.
Is it more better?
It is more better.
Mo better.
And
Low
keeps
beta?
means that Quinton's got to stay up later editing. Other than that,
Oh yeah, I actually have to edit it all tonight because
What?
I have to go pick up Logan tomorrow.
Wait, she's driving back with you?
Done.
She's coming back to drive with me. Yeah.
You think you're gonna play video
What
games
a
tonight?
good...
I'll definitely play video games tonight.
It doesn't sound like you're gonna be able to squeeze that in.
These two morons got me hooked on video games.
okay, so this is
I try to play
Tristan's
Call of
fault.
Duty at home sometimes.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
So
I've been hooked lately.
Quinton's entire YouTube career is going to be derailed by his newfound obsession
Addiction.
with Fortnite.
Fortnite no builds. Don't get it mistaken.
Wait,
Yeah.
Dude, we
is there a
played what?
difference?
Oh, yeah. Huge
oh,
difference.
Dude,
I'm
it's a
sorry.
whole different game.
I'm sorry.
We did say, like,
Absolutely.
we're going to be so out of touch with most of them.
Absolutely.
I got the Mr. Beast reference, and that's going to be it.
Yep, we're done after that. That's
Yeah.
our one
Who's
for the night.
four?
The one
Oh, we're
combined
four.
between us.
Yeah.
We're four. Yeah, but now I'm a gamer, so that's how I am now.
Twitch starting Tuesday.
Yeah. Tristan's been saying
Jointly.
So for 3 months now, Tristan's been saying how he's gonna stream and like get shit done,
I
and he
think
hasn't
2
bought a
months.
damn thing.
Boughton.
Okay.
Bought and paid for.
Focus on what we're focusing on. We're
We're supposed to be
focused on
roasting me
language.
right
Shit on the
now.
right person.
Right.
I'm so sorry. I gotta understand the rules.
You ain't bought nothing.
So we have about 15 to 20 people who come back every week and listen. So I always like to say hello to those people.
Yeah.
If they continue to listen.
Are you running us down like the show notes here of what we're gonna do?
I don't know. I'm kind of just freeballing here.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for you to like be in the middle of free balling and then hit start
Yeah.
without telling
Eventually,
anyone.
I'll.
It
Oh, yeah, we can roll.
started. It started.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
that
All right.
happened.
Even better.
I try to get a nice smooth rolling. Yeah.
Come on,
but now everybody
Grandpa.
knows. So everybody can get nice and awkward.
Ah, yes, okay.
But for those who are listening and watching, I have, well, my boss is here actually.
Ooh.
So
Who's that?
that's you, buddy.
Oh,
That's you
he was
guys.
like, oh, your boss
Yeah.
is listening?
Paul and Shelbie are with us,
Ooh.
and they're going to join us for the night before I leave Wisconsin, sadly. So we are going to ask them a bunch of questions, and apparently Shelbie has questions for us too because
I
she
do.
did her homework. So
Overly prepared.
yeah. I actually did want to open up because I actually haven't asked you this, but where did you go for C? Don't get mad that it's a Kings Point question, Tristan.
I'm not gonna get
But where
triggered
did
from
you
that.
go?
Does Tristan get butthurt about these
No,
questions?
no, not at all. I
No?
just
It's a
refer
cult.
to it as a cult.
Because I always bring it up.
He just pulls
You
out
get
his
that
phone and kind of
Yes.
detaches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm just gonna sit here for a while.
he even like interjected one of his cult buddies into my friend group. We got Allie.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
and
And
being
now
not
we're
a
best
Kings Point
friends,
girl,
so-
like
That's how
thrown
it
in there.
works,
I'm
yeah.
like, man,
Yep.
It happens.
no,
how it
it's
goes.
good. It's good.
But where
Anyways,
did you go?
back to the question at hand. So first sailing, I went to Northern Europe, so Belgium, England, Germany, and then second sailing, I went to Colombia, Uruguay, Brazil, Trinidad,
Lord have mercy.
South Africa,
That's what I mean.
Gabon, Cape Verde, Canary Islands, Houston. That doesn't really count, but
Hey,
Houston,
some people
I
haven't
guess.
been in Houston, man. That's a good time down there.
Yeah, and then throw Hawaii into the mix, I guess.
Yeah.
That was
That's a good
An
one.
easy
What was
run.
your favorite? What was your favorite?
so the second ship I was on for 150 days straight, and that was a blast.
Oh, yeah?
It was kind of a nightmare at the time, but it was a lot of fun because we
Oh, you're
stayed.
not kidding. You're being serious.
No, I'm absolutely serious. Like because we stayed in port like 3-4 days at a pop.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah,
see.
it wasn't just like a quick turnaround every time.
Okay.
So
I can see how
that made it really fun.
Right.
We got really drunk.
Right.
So
And you married
Yeah.
a girl that had literally been to 4 states
Yep.
before.
and then we
Yeah.
fixed that real fast.
Yeah,
So
before we
So how many now? How many is it now?
Oh, I think I have 10 to go.
yeah,
But okay, here's
I
my
only have one to go. She
no.
has 10.
Here's my grand
You have to
plan.
throw that out there.
Because I'm not
for sure.
competitive
Flex.
at all. The grand plan is he's missing Rhode Island, so we're just gonna go to the other 9 that I'm missing, and then we're gonna hit Rhode Island at the same time. And then also, he technically hasn't been to all 7 continents because you didn't step foot off the boat in Australia. So we're gonna go to all the other ones.
So
and
That's
then-
actually really cool.
the
Thank
lesson
you,
learned
yeah.
from this is
Yeah.
that Shelby is the most competitive person in the world.
Yes,
No, I'm just
I see that.
reasonably
Please
competitive.
tell me
Really,
that's, please tell me that's Miguel.
Yeah, it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
okay.
div-
So
she's
that's just some
devising-
random dude that walked in.
This place looks open.
No, I will say that's one area that I'm always a little envious when you guys start talking about your cult is
It's a good call.
all the pins in the map as a
There's
result
quite a
of
few.
that.
Yeah.
It's cool stuff.
We
though.
totaled up countries at one point, but I don't remember what the number was anymore.
Yeah, no, it was enough to
been a
make
while.
me sick. I was
Yeah.
like, I've been to
At one point, we
four.
like took the time to
Yeah.
actually like list them out, and
Everything?
I was like, I had them
No,
all,
no.
but I couldn't tell you how many it was
You
now
had
because I don't
to-
remember.
You had to do it for your security clearance.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and it
Really?
was
Oh, it was
yeah.
a nightmare because it's like, oh, list all the foreign countries you've been to in the last 7 years.
and
I'm
And
like,
dates.
oh my gosh.
Like it was like
With
general dates
yeah.
too.
I was like, okay.
Was that for Team MG? For security clearance?
Yeah,
If that
Did I have
doesn't
to
set off
renew it?
some-
Yeah, I think I had to renew it.
yeah, it was.
Yeah, whatever it was.
yeah, if
It
that
came,
doesn't,
it came due.
It's
That definitely sets off
yeah,
some
a couple
alarms.
red flags.
Yeah.
And it's like,
So
oh.
why were you here for only 3 days? So I was like,
Don't
You see, I
ask
dropped
questions.
off that package.
yeah.
And then,
And then I left, and it was great. And then you went to this other really sketchy place along the way. It's like, oh, even better.
Yeah.
Great.
Tristan, where do you want to go, man?
Dude, I need to see everything and anything I can, honestly. I've
Everything
never
and
even left
anything.
the country.
Do it.
I've
No,
never even
that's
left
a-
the country
That's
before.
that's not.
Not even
that's
to
a cop
Canada?
out.
No.
oh man,
It's
I
so
feel like
funny.
we're so
Canada.
It's like our
close.
hat.
I mean, I've been thinking more a lot lately, but they've been having bans for like people that don't have their vaccine.
Oh,
I'm one of those
Really?
naughty fellows who doesn't have it. So.
listen, we had a nightmare
We love
time
you.
coming
We
back
did.
down from Alaska,
Yeah.
like into Canada, because those restrictions were
We like snuck
The
through
worst.
a window where we could where they opened up and we could go. I'm like, thank goodness we did because it got shut down like a month later.
Like a literal
Lucky.
window.
yeah.
Okay.
Like
And-
through the open window.
No,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
That's how you get bear.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, sneak right in.
But like literally, I mean, crossing the border was like so insane. They tell you the Canadians are just like the nicest people, and like I don't know how many Canadians you have watching the show, but like
Hard
we,
no.
At
we
least
hard
had
no.
the singular mean Canadian as the border agent, and like it was awful.
She was a witch.
yeah.
Really?
We got like
in true like physical form.
we were like
Really?
turned away. We broke down in Dease Lake, Canada, which like
Terrible.
had less people in their town than like I went to high school with, which is like saying something.
Yeah.
Like it was terrible. Yeah, we like
But
broke
she's
down
probably-
for like 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's,
Yeah.
she's probably your number one
Probably not,
viewer.
yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah. She's like these motherfuckers.
Yeah, I remember you.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember
The
you.
white truck.
Remember you
Yeah.
pulling in at midnight at the hotel
Yeah.
with your wheel wobbling off.
Oh.
Oh, great.
She's,
Wonderful.
she's probably known Canada wide for being the one rude
Yeah,
person in
She gets
Canada.
the award every
Yeah,
year.
Yeah.
She's sitting,
proud of it.
sitting at home right now watching, like, yeah, I left an impression. That's
Yeah.
what I'm here for.
Lasting legacy.
What I'm
Yeah, everybody thinks these Canadians are nice. We're trying to keep these damn Yankees out of here.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Keep
Get
the
'em
quota
going.
down.
Let's go home.
You gave a cop-out answer. If you could go anywhere right now, country-wise, where would you go? With
Ooh,
your
that's a good
knowledge that
question.
you have.
Oh, like to live
Yeah,
there?
you
You're
can't just be
saying?
like, I want to go
So
everywhere.
it's
No,
not like
just
for,
like
like,
to
a
go,
vacation?
to go and experience and
vacation.
travel.
Oh,
Give
Yeah.
me vacation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Iceland.
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Oh.
right. See, there you go. Yeah,
That's
I
a
don't
typical.
know.
That's a typical
Yeah,
white
I know,
boy
that's
answer. I'm not
probably
gonna
a
lie.
very
Oh,
inexperienced
get it.
Yeah, I
traveler.
haven't been there, all right?
He struck me as more of an Amsterdam
Oh,
guy.
okay, there you go.
All right.
I can
All
see
right.
that too. Yeah,
Fine,
yeah, for
fair
sure.
play. But with all the places you guys have been, what made you guys okay with staying in Wisconsin?
That is the $1 million question.
That is.
Was it $1 million? No, it was not.
I would have moved here a hell of a
How much
lot
you got
faster.
eaten?
Yeah, no, it was not $1 million answer. Let's put it that way. You want to answer this one?
You can answer it after I say. Literally, Wisconsin was the only state that I swore that I would not move. Like for all the states that we went to, and we were like pretty early on in the trip too. Like for people that like I have no idea who we are. We lived out of our truck and then like a teeny tiny like sliding camper that like popped up for like a year and a half, and we like traveled all around. But anyway, so we like left Virginia and then drove up to Michigan, drove across the Mackinac Bridge, and then like we started driving down through Wisconsin, and the roads were so shitty. Like they were literally so terrible.
Well,
And-
to be fair, they're the same condition they are now.
that's
Other
fair.
days.
Yeah.
Wait, this is
Fair.
the Wisconsin side?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it
okay.
was like between here and
Yeah, Paul
Green
said we
Bay.
drove through Vernon. I don't
We did.
remember it.
We absolutely drove right
Yeah,
across the bridge and through town.
But
Really?
so
Yeah.
literally the roads were so bad. Like after we got past Green Bay, I was like, we're taking back roads. Like the truck is going to snap in half. This is a bullshit state.
Yeah.
I don't even want to be here. I will never live in this state.
Yep.
And then
Ooh, yeah.
I was so mad that I was like, I'm not even camping here. We're going to drive all the way to Minnesota and we're going to camp there. And then we had to drive back across to Wisconsin to get breakfast. But I was like,
Yeah.
I don't even care.
It was
We're
like
staying there.
a weird flex against Wisconsin at the time.
I was like,
Disrespectful.
Like, yeah, I'm eating
But-
pancakes here, but I need to sleep here.
Exactly. Yeah. It was
I slept
very.
over there.
But the way the weight is in the truck and the way the roads have like those seams going across, the whole thing was just like a bucking bronco the whole way
how
down the
long
road.
ago did you make that drive? A couple years.
2 years?
2 years ago, yeah.
So when they first redid that highway between
Oh,
here
it's
and Green Bay, it's gotten a little bit better.
Yeah.
But I had a car and I had brand new tires at the time, and coming back from I think it was a Packer game, it was just bouncing back and forth. It was like, all right, we're on rails now. Wherever this road wants me to go, that's
Exactly,
where
yeah.
we're going.
And we were just something about it. We were just bucking, and
Jesus,
you could watch
take the
we could
wheel.
watch the bumper just like shaking in the front. And I was like,
Yeah.
something's not good here. This
How
is
many
not going to end
times
well.
Shouldn't be having
Yeah.
just massive cavitation
Rodeo
on the highway.
practice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vehicle cavitation.
On
Probably
your-
not a good thing.
On your cross country journey, how many times did that thing break down?
Once in Canada,
Oh, really?
broken. I fixed it in Alaska.
Well, how
Once
the
we
fuck
got to
did-
Juneau, I fixed it
Yeah.
at our buddy's place.
Did you carry it on your shoulder to Alaska?
No, like we got it
We
good
got
enough.
it like temp fixed in Canada, got where we were going, and then I fixed it for real.
Okay.
And then,
until it wasn't.
well, then we had a separate issue with the rear end that we had to get
So
replaced.
Paul's at sea. He's in Greece.
Yeah.
Decides to stay a little bit longer at. They're doing what, ship check. So
No, we had the shipyard period
shipyard,
that I had to
ship
stay
check.
for because
It
my
literally
relief
had the
quit
word
on me.
ship and then
Terrible.
Oh yeah, that
Ship things.
terrible.
Ship
Ship
things.
things.
Yeah,
ship things happened, and he was like, "I think I'm gonna stay for this," and I was like, "Okay, but like I'm in Alaska by myself, and I don't know what's going on with the truck." And then, oh man, I was in Anchorage, camping in
A neighborhood.
well, yeah, neighborhood.
Someone's backyard.
And
Side of the
then,
road.
oh, you talked about this once
Public park.
before.
Yeah.
I'm like so derailed right now, but
Yeah.
you talked about this on the podcast once before about like Walmart parking lot staying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Dude, she's done her research,
Damn.
man. She
I
has
know.
done
That's way
her
back, dude.
research.
Throwback.
She
OG.
went all the way back to the beginning.
Yeah, that's way back.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
did.
I don't know if you were prepared for this type of
I wasn't.
acumen.
I
But
wasn't.
You got to be.
You're more prepared than I am.
Best Walmart parking lot stay ever was Bozeman, Montana.
Montana.
Literally, I just was like, I could live here in row F.
We rolled up like
Just-
fairly close to sunset,
Just forever.
and we're like, "Yeah, I don't need to go check anywhere else. We're just gonna stay here
Yeah,
tonight."
no, I'm gonna
Just because
chill.
sunset.
Well, no, you're
The
looking at
mountains.
Walmart from like a little bit of a hill in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Always
And
a
right
Let
fantastic
me
view.
describe it
Right-
to you.
And right behind it is
Walmart.
this massive, glorious view of mountain range.
Yeah.
And we're just looking at the sky, and we're looking at like nice blue sky, but we're just like, this is the best Walmart
Yeah.
parking
Yeah,
lot
we
we've
didn't
been
feel
in.
like driving
This is
any
great.
further, and
Yep.
Walmart was. Anyway, totally derailed there. I'm in Alaska. Paul's stuck in Greece, and the electricity goes out in the camper.
Yep.
And I like checked
Oh.
everything. Yeah, but it's like October, so it's like getting
Yeah,
kind of
Alaska,
chilly.
Getting cold.
Yeah.
And then
And-
the heater didn't work,
And then,
right?
yeah, so the heater didn't work. And then I was like sleeping in like Gander Mountain parking lots of neighborhoods. So that was real sketch. And we don't have like a toilet or a shower. So you have
Yeah.
to like hold,
Everything.
you got hold it until
Yeah,
Gander
everything.
Mountain opens
Yeah.
at like 10
Everything.
o'clock in the morning. And
Yeah.
it was
Everything is the right word for that.
freaking miserable. Oh, it's awful.
Especially in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, and then
Yes.
the truck started making weird noises, so I couldn't camp any further out of town. So thankfully, these 3 random girls who I met
Not totally random.
through Paul's mother-in-law.
Yep.
And
No, my mother, your mother-in-law.
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
get this right.
Yeah.
So
touche. Anyway, she like hooked me
you're
up.
gonna tell a story, get it right.
I
That's all I'm saying.
That's a weird way to.
I know.
That's a weird name to call your mom.
Anyway, I like slept on their couch for like 2.5 months while you were at sea, while the truck was broken in Alaska,
God.
and it was. I've never felt more like I was doing my late 20s wrong.
wait, does
Questioning
your family
life.
live in Alaska?
No. So my mom is friends with a lady at her church, and this was her daughter who was living in Alaska.
Her like
You got friends
21-year-old
in
daughter.
all
She was
places.
No,
wild.
because as soon as my mom found out, my mom literally emails me on the ship, and
Oh,
she,
yeah.
she said, "You need to call me now."
Oh God,
Oh gosh, what happened?
heart sinks. What's going
And she
on?
calls me. I call her. She goes, "I don't know what you're doing with your wife, but you got to take care of her."
Holy shit!
Like, what are you referring to? And she goes, "She's out there all alone, and people are banging on the side of the camper,
Oh
and
yeah,
she's
that
unsafe.
literally
and
was scary.
She's
That
unsafe,
was
and you
scary.
need to do something about this." I said, "Mom, I am in
Greece.
On the
I
other
am
side of the
across
world.
the other side of the world right now. What would you like me to do? She's told me that everything is fine. She can handle it. What do you want me to do?
Right.
So it's like, if you want to do something to drive up
Feel
there,
free.
by all means,
Feel
go
free.
ahead.
Feel free.
But I don't know what I can do in this
Right.
situation. Like, she's a big girl. She can handle herself. No problem. If there's an issue, I'm sure she'll figure it out.
But
or
anyway,
find someone who can help her.
other than
Yeah.
those
Done.
2 times,
Right.
the truck didn't break down at all.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, she's a
Pretty
good,
good.
We call her Shamu. She's
Shamu?
a good
Shamu.
steed, trusty
And the
steed.
camper's name is Fife.
So Shamu and Fife.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fife?
So-
Am I saying that right?
Yeah, Fife. So
Okay.
you
No,
not that we're old enough to remember,
yeah,
but
I can't.
do you remember? Do you know the Andy Griffith Show?
I've heard. The Andy
So,
Griffith Show.
Barney
Do you know
Fife.
the Andy Griffith?
It's
I don't know
black
that.
and white.
Wait.
Oh,
So
yeah, I
not
don't
to
know that.
derail this too much, but
No,
we spent
by all means, derail.
we spent 90 minutes, maybe more, one afternoon in the office explaining to Quinton the idea of dial-up and a landline phone.
You never experienced that,
You
Q?
Dude, you're like 1 year older than
my
Dude, I had that
You
shit until I
literally
was
tried
like
to claim
12.
you're a
lives
millennial.
Yeah, exactly. I live in a tiny ass town
I
compared
can
to
sing it
Marinette.
for you. The dial-up. My parents don't even have
Yeah.
internet now.
Yeah,
Like,
I didn't until I went to college. So I
Yeah,
spent 18 years. I had the dial-up until I was like 16.
Correct. Yeah.
Than me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forget what happened. Something
I mean,
wasn't
I knew
working
the
on the internet.
sound.
I made the comments about you need to hang up your
Oh.
phone, and he's like,
You're like a generation
going on
younger
with
than us,
that.
Q. What? You're like a generation younger
I
I
than
think
Brian.
so. I think
Do
so.
not speak up like you're in this generation. You are 1 year older than me.
Hold on. Did you see the collective motion there? I saw that. I saw
Did
that.
that. Okay. I take that back.
and I'm curious where you draw this line. Because
Where I want to draw it, when I need to draw it.
because I'm
1 year younger than you, or
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I'm like a year older than Tristan.
Oh, fuck.
Which is
Look, I knew.
Oh no,
I
am I
knew
gonna get
it.
like wrinkles?
We're
in this?
old here.
I think we might be the oldest people from
That's
this
not good.
podcast.
I
That's not
knew
good.
what dial-up was.
Evacuate.
I know.
it's okay. It's okay.
I knew what dial-up was. I don't know. I just never had a phone or any internet growing up, so I didn't know like how the fuck that worked.
I remember
And
trying
he
to
was-
order soccer cleats
So
on a
he's-
dial-up connection.
Oh god.
Oh my lord!
Trying to,
That sounds interesting.
I remember like
And
sneaking.
then I had to return them because, unfortunately, my dad told me to order the size of ordering a monstrous size at the time.
Of
So it was
course.
like a size 14 or whatever it was. I was in high school.
Right.
And of course, what shows up? But
Not
the
a 14.
kid's
A
size
youth.
14.
Oh,
we've all been had by
Return.
that one.
Very
Yeah.
necessary.
yikes.
I remember like trying to
Yeah.
sneak over to our family like computer room, which was in the laundry room, and then you'd like forget that the speaker volume would be up, so you'd like go to click on dial up, and all of a sudden it'd be like, dude, like just
Oh,
like
Lord.
so loud.
Who decided
Yeah.
that?
Waking
just to
everybody
chat
up.
on AIM.
Yeah,
so you,
just
Yeah.
so you hit on
Yeah,
something
yeah.
interesting there. The term computer room. Is
oh,
there a designated
shit.
room?
I
Yes.
had that.
Because
I had
they were
that.
the
Okay.
size necessary to fill a room.
Yeah,
My
it's all-
computer
yeah.
room is my pocket,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, not
And-
only was it a room, it had racks of things called CDs
Ooh, we got
Oh,
into-
yeah.
Mm.
I
and
asked him.
floppy disks.
Yeah, I asked
Believe it
him-
or not,
Oh,
I
my.
had this.
I asked him what
Okay.
he, if he knew what the save icon was.
Oh yeah, even better.
it did.
Did
I
you know?
Not a chance.
Of course not.
I would have known. I would have known that if you
Hmm.
would have like. I didn't put 2 and 2 together because I used the same every
was-
day.
Well, so
He was
see the
pretty
other thing,
frazzled.
the other thing that lived in the computer room was like 4 old monitors on the floor
Oh,
every
yeah.
time, right?
I
Yeah.
didn't
So you had to have a
that.
whole room. It was a storage locker.
Oh, of course, of course.
The
Yeah.
massive corner
Yeah.
desk with the CD rack built in.
Yes,
That was always good.
yes.
And a printer.
And the Rubbermaid totes full of like VHSs
Ooh,
because they were like the
yeah.
perfect height.
Yeah.
They could
There's-
stack all of them so you could see the
See
spine.
that's what I had
Yeah.
way more of because I didn't have internet or a home phone, but we had.
Did you walk up to hill,
Thousands.
up to school, uphill both ways, barefoot in the snow?
That's absolutely what happened.
Yes, I don't know what that means. I'm just gonna say yes.
This became an age conversation very
It
quickly.
became very fucking quickly. That's like I'm the one at the wrong side.
Wait, no, Paul and I were talking about this though. So you and Logan have literally been together
That's a great segue to the
double-
question
Long
that you
Yeah.
had
ass
ready.
time.
double the amount of time that Paul and I have been together.
What you
Yeah,
waiting
we
on, bro?
were really young.
No.
Easy now. Easy now,
Good
player.
question.
But I
Easy
was
now.
gonna.
Easy now, player number 2.
So I was gonna. I was gonna ask you, what do you think you and Logan could teach Paul and I about
No,
being
that's
in a
my
relationship?
question to you
Wow.
too.
Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Turns it around.
No. I don't know. I really don't know. That's a hard. Damn. What the fuck, Shelby?
I love that. No, he needs that. He needs to be humbled every once in a while.
Yeah. There's no more fun moments on this podcast than when Quinton gets thrown off his
stymied.
game.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
See, this is when the fun starts.
Yeah, he's running it over there. He's doing his Mr. Beast thing, and then all of a sudden you just derail his flow. It's my favorite part.
Love it.
No, man.
So, Quinton, with
I don't
you
know.
also
interrupt
leaving
me.
Wisconsin here in a little bit, tell me the advantages and disadvantages of moving to Wisconsin for 6
what,
months.
Am I writing a fucking term paper? What's going on here?
I don't know.
I think you should persuade me in 5,000 words.
Yeah.
Yeah, persuade me to stay.
And I didn't move to Wisconsin, all right? That's
I mean,
enough
you
of
You
basically did.
You've been
Yeah.
here for 7 months, bro.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
long ass
it's been a
time.
minute.
6 months.
Don't believe
Six.
it.
I'll give you that.
You've basically been
Yeah, if
living
you could
here.
compare and
Moved here.
contrast between Charleston and Marinette, the pros and cons of each.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
now we can
yeah,
start.
you've been here
Yeah,
long.
no.
Give me some
I
Wisconsin.
don't wanna-
Maybe some 5 Ys, you know.
Son.
I don't know.
Actually, that's all I got. Son.
7 months.
My
you've been
house.
here.
My house
Your
is
answer?
there.
Well, that's
That's the biggest thing. Everybody.
something. But your house
every-
is movable, so I
Everybody.
mean,
Well,
well, not the house
That'd be
itself,
pretty
but
difficult.
I mean, you know what I mean.
the house isn't movable, but a home.
That's
is movable.
what I was getting at. Too literal.
But everybody makes fun of me in SOC 1 or we're in the building that I'm in because they're like, you really have the easiest job. How do you why is this? And I'm like, it's because I don't go home every night. Like if I could go home every night, I could do this fucking forever. You know what I mean? Like Jen was giving me shit today about how it's like, yeah, but I'm so jealous. Like, you don't do anything, which kind of hurt a little bit. But, yeah, because I'm sitting there grinding at this fucking aluminum.
Couple daggers to the heart, real
Yeah, I
quick.
was like, yeah. But I kind of got it. I kind of get it because Jen and Mike do a bunch of stuff.
But no, you asked us earlier, why we moved here. That's why we moved here. I didn't want to move to Wisconsin, but Paul had the opportunity to be home full time, which we had never had.
Right.
3 months ago, we hit the longest stretch that we'd ever
Yeah.
consecutively been together.
Really?
I don't. Yeah.
How long was it?
I don't know. We added up
4 months.
all the
4
we
months.
added up all the time that we had actually spent together before we
Yeah.
got married, and it was less than a year.
I was gonna say
physically
that's
in the
kind of
same
how
space.
we are.
Crazy.
And,
Yeah.
It was.
I was
I
gonna
know
say,
this kid took a risk.
Yeah, no shit.
Sure did. Paid off, too.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you guys get any extra arguments after being together for 4
Yeah.
months straight?
Did you learn anything new about
Well,
each other
so
from that?
after being in a very small space in a camper for however long.
I love
Oh, you guys are all just cracking up here. Okay, good.
No, not you. It's Tristan.
Tristan putting on a serious hat
I
over
like
there.
it. I like it.
This and that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So sidebar, but leading into your answer to your question. So when we first set off on the trip, my cousins came up to Virginia from North Carolina, and he took one look at the camper and he said, "Oh, you've created the marriage Instapot."
Yeah,
And I
that's
said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Oh, well, you're just gonna throw a brand new marriage into that tiny little thing, pressurize it, and then see what comes out on the other side, and hope it tastes good." And we're like, "Well, yeah,
Tastes-
kind of right." Here we are.
Here we are.
What's wrong, Quinton? You're running around like a like a turkey here.
camera time's out. He's got to go reset it.
Yeah,
Got it.
you would know if you listened to the podcast, Paul. They
Yeah.
have.
You've listened to before I came on the first time. I jumped in at what,
That's right, Shelby.
episode 10?
Well, let me
I'm
tell
sure
you.
Shelby can
No.
tell you which
Yeah.
episode you jumped in on.
Yeah, I want to say it was episode 10 was my first. I
Sounds
watched
about right.
maybe 35 minutes of it just to kind of get a feel for what I was walking into.
Valid.
And I think all I knew at that point was Kratom, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I think that was
Mr.
it.
Beast.
That's
Yeah,
all
Yeah.
you, that's all you
Mr.
know here.
Beast. That's all I needed to know.
Jeez.
You pretty much had the cliff notes
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Joe Rogan has DMT.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Hecktic podcast has Kratom.
Kratom,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty much what it is.
Eventually, it'll morph into something nice. Okay.
Uh,
Eventually.
Just
We're
like
getting
Joe
there.
Rogan, yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Just make
Right.
it into something.
Right.
Did I give you enough time to think about?
No.
Okay.
No.
Shit.
I was just
Yeah.
say we got some unanswered questions right now.
I don't know. I feel like I just feel like what you guys have done the same thing. You know what I mean? Like
What do you mean?
On and off, where you do long distance. So it's kind of like there's not much I can tell you that you don't already know.
I mean, that's fair.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought.
Sounds like a cop out answer.
It is a cop out answer. Thank you, Paul.
Okay, so on one of the episodes I listened to though, Logan talks about wanting to be like a little event coordinator thing.
Yeah,
Okay, so I have the best idea for you guys, and then you'll never have to part again.
Okay.
You guys need to work on a cruise ship And
Yeah.
she can be like the event person, and you can just work in the engine, and then you guys can still sleep in the same bed. And
We've
then
talked about that, but
We
would they,
literally talked about doing the same thing
Yeah,
before.
we
would
talked
they
about
let
it.
that happen? We've talked about that
100%.
on yachts too.
I'm sure they
Yeah.
would. Yeah.
But how does she? Like,
That
I would
means
understand how I get in the job.
They have one less room they have to fill.
True, that's how I market it. Like,
Like, yo,
2 for
you
1.
can get another
2 for-
crew member if you let us stay in the same room. Done.
True,
Perfect.
true. But how would so like I know how I would get the job, but how would she get the job?
I thought you told me.
Apply like anyone else.
Well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, so the internet.
So there's
What's that?
dial-up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, start at the beginning.
The World Wide
Alan
Web.
Turing.
Aw. I don't even watch.
That's just pure disappointment.
That's
fuck is Alan Turing?
The Imitation Game.
Dude,
no, I didn't.
come
Oh,
on. That's
Basically,
a
the
great movie too.
pioneer of the modern computer,
Yeah.
or not the modern computer,
Well,
but
I
the
mean,
beginnings of computers.
The building blocks of the computer.
Nope.
Yeah,
Dude,
and this, so what I
step up your game.
what
Your
really-
imitation game.
yeah what
Here's
really
the homework
gets
I'll
me.
watch tonight. We'll see what we can.
What really gets me about him with that is it's not an age thing. It's the fact that he has made the internet a cornerstone of his existence.
The internet in 2020,
And see, that's
not
the
the
thing. is I don't-
1999 internet.
I guess I'm curious. How do you do as much as you do
Without a little Google
without,
search every
without
now
going
and
back
then.
to the back to the beginning?
Because it's
The roots.
history.
To the
Past.
roots, man.
Don't give a fuck about it.
Oh,
Interesting.
That's
That's
an aggressive. That's
Okay.
an aggressive
All right,
stance to
all
take.
right, all right. I'll
Okay.
rebuttal that.
All right.
Because when's the last time you used a film camera? That's how cameras are made. When's the last time you
Yeah,
picked
but
up a film
I'm
camera?
aware of them.
There's a difference between using.
aware of-
Okay, but you couldn't.
Alan
You can't
Turing?
use Alan Turing's
Fucking
computer.
Alan.
No,
Someone tell me who this man is.
I'm not asking you to have dial-up in your home. I'm just asking you to know what it is.
Would you like me to get dial up?
No,
That's not what we're asking.
Absolutely not. I wouldn't wish that on.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll get dial up.
My own worst enemy.
Fine,
Right.
I'll get it.
We
Fine.
suffered so
Those
that the next
hellacious
generations
sounds.
don't have to.
Right, right.
So I've
So-
heard Brock's invitations on here. I need to hear an invitation of the dial-up network connection.
No, it's not that level of thing.
Wait, you did it. Wait,
What did I do? I did Alex Jones once. That was it.
That's fair.
That's about it.
I heard an
don't
Australian
know.
accent at one point.
Yeah, we
Hey, you're
worked
pretty
that
good
one
at it.
in.
And he's got a radio voice. Man, let's just fucking change it to the broccoli podcast.
No,
You're just trying to deflect.
Broccoli.
You're just trying to deflect.
Yeah, my favorite thing
Wait,
is
what was
when I
my
can work
question
in some
again? I don't
ads.
remember my question.
He
We did-
loves that.
What?
You're
Well,
pretty,
ads.
pretty fired up.
No,
Yeah.
no, we're not doing any ads. Brock's too seamless with it. I don't know when the hell it happens.
Gosh.
I just turn around, it's there.
Wait, so how did this trio happen? Like, do you work in the same SOC as they work?
Yeah,
he
he's in the
moved
same
up.
building.
Yeah, he moved up into the office I'm in,
Oh.
and I think
He
I think I-
started in the office Tristan was in.
Yeah,
I
I think I caught him browsing cameras at one point or browsing something, and I was able to do a lot of I have that, don't buy that,
Okay.
because I have a collection of equipment, and
That'll do her.
yeah, no,
Now
I was,
here we are.
I was
There we
invited
go.
on I think as a one-time guest, and then I refused to leave, so
Yeah.
that's kind of where we are.
Well, I mean,
I use him for his equipment.
there's a level
Mutually
of coercion
beneficial
involved
then.
there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Squatters' rights.
Yeah,
Is
because-
that your chair now? Do you own the chair spot?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, and I don't
I
know.
don't know. Is it your chair? Paul.
I don't own anything.
I don't know.
I'm gonna show up here 2 weeks from now because I won't be here next week, but I'm gonna show up 2 weeks from now, knock on the door, be like, all right,
Podcast.
yeah,
It's podcast
we're
time.
gonna
Let's
start
go.
recording.
We'll leave it open.
That
Yeah.
could be a good
Yeah.
segment for us, Brock. We just come in here and like podcast with whoever is in this
I
room
do.
now.
Do you want to? You and I
The
could
new
do
tenants.
one, maybe not in
It's
this
just like-
room,
it's
but
an
we'll
offshoot.
do one next week.
I was going to say,
So
hold
I
on.
can't do next week. I'm not here next week. I gotta stop
In
saying
2
next
weeks
week.
from now, but
November 14th next year. You have to help me make this happen. If this
What's November
continues on,
14th?
that's when we started. That's when I started
Oh.
YouTube and the podcast. If this continues and turns into something, I don't care who's living in that 212 room. I want to go back to that room for the 52nd episode.
okay.
Listen,
And
we can
refilm
make
it.
that happen.
Yeah. You two are the people.
Are you
We
bringing
are
Luke
the
back?
people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, shit, if it really
I
works,
think
I'll
that
just be able to
has to
fly him
happen.
out.
All right.
That's
Oh,
fair.
listen,
You'll
I
have
like
money
the
like that.
PMA.
G7?
Yeah,
I
here we
like
go.
the
We're
PMA.
talking Spirit Airlines.
We doing PJs?
Frontier.
Not,
Yeah.
not a private
No
jet.
carry on.
Yeah,
Yeah, economy plus if he pitches in for it.
yeah, of
Mm,
course.
yeah.
He can
Other-
upgrade himself.
That's
Otherwise,
what
you're
I
pretty
did
well
for mine
fucked.
coming up.
Really?
Yeah, I went and spent $95 to upgrade to I think I spent about $130 in total upgrading my flights for the next week.
Is it worth it?
Where are you
Excellent.
going?
Long flights
Um,
worth it.
Yeah, Italy
Anytime-
next week
Oh, heck
or
yeah.
Saturday.
Anytime I would fly overseas, I would always get Economy Plus just because it's so much more
Yeah, I think
just better.
the way
Mo
from
better.
yeah, so
better.
Mo
from
better.
Minneapolis to Paris, I think it was like $30 just to go to an exit
Oh,
row.
dude.
I'm like, yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah,
No
gotta
brainer.
have
absolutely,
No brainer.
What was it,
Especially coming off a hitch off the ship and like a big chunk of change in the pocket. And I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, Economy Plus,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah. I'll sit in the cabin. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Meanwhile, fucking Quinton's where all the luggage is. Fucking in the bag.
How much was that ticket?
I'm in steerage.
They actually paid me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to work back there.
Ballast.
Did they pay you per diem too?
Yeah, no.
Oh, no.
That's why I'm used to it.
Oh.
We'll divert off that topic real fast.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they're gonna. Others in this building are gonna hear it. They're gonna come running down here.
They are.
What'd you say? You offered it up?
Sniff it out.
Yeah.
I don't know much about what goes on, but I know that's a hot
You
button.
should,
It was a
you
lot.
should
Yes,
know
Brock,
much
it
goes
is.
on.
It was-
Trust me, it's better if you don't.
I just
For your sanity, at least,
Yeah,
right?
listen, I just know when people come back and they're all pouty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me? I know
Is-
you won't
is
talk
there-
about me.
No, I'm
Is
not
it like-
talking about you.
Is it like a fat lip that the pigeons poop on kind of
Oh
thing?
yeah, I don't know what that means either. but I'm
pigeons
not-
aren't real anyway, but that's fine.
What?
Fat lip pigeons pooping on
You don't know what that means either.
pigeon pooping on the fat lip.
Dude, that's
what
literally a
you-
literal thing.
Yeah.
That's not figurative at all.
What are
If
we
your lip
talking
sticks
about?
out so far because you're pouting so hard, the pigeon poops
Oh.
on it, and you
And-
eat
and-
pigeon shit.
Oh, let's back it up.
That's
That's
it.
a literal thing.
Yes.
Well, it's
It's a literal
Yeah,
thing.
I don't know
And
about
it's a-
literal.
I haven't heard
okay.
that one before.
It's a common colloquialism.
I've
there you
never
go.
heard that one.
That's the
Oh,
right.
you're
That's the right
coming
word
out
for it.
strong with
Of
those
course.
Scrabble words.
Of course. Can
I
you spell
like
that?
it.
Scrabble.
Can you spell that? Let's bring Tristan
Scrabble?
back into this.
Scrabble.
You want me to spell Scrabble?
Yes, Scrabble.
That's easy.
My answer's no to both, by the way.
Country of origin, please.
I misspell my own name 3 times a week, so this one's all you, Tristan.
Wait, what was the word?
I won the spelling bee in 7th grade.
Colloquialism?
Colloquialism.
Oh, fuck that.
Colloquialism, like as in it's
No,
a
it's all
colloquial
no.
term.
Listen, if you're gonna be on this podcast, you can't make words up.
Now sponsored by Merriam-Webster.
It's gonna be a fucking challenge.
Dictionary.com.
Might I interest you in a 3 free months of Babbel when you purchase 3 promo
No.
code
for,
Hecktic?
for English.
Yes, you know, learn English.
I've actually been using Duolingo.
You're gonna drop a competitor after I throw Babbel?
No, that isn't the competitor. That is the brand.
This is why we don't have any real ads, is because it
I
always
see.
devolves into
A
Yes.
little
You know what?
Competitive
contention.
roles,
Yeah.
you know.
If you were a walking brand deal, what would you choose? Like, what? Any brand?
any brand
Yeah.
that I could advertise.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I want to ask everybody because it gives you like almost an insight to like your personal feed.
Yeah,
as a
absolutely.
person.
I'm trying to think
You
if
know?
there's
A
anything I
walking brand.
I don't know. I just kind of spit that out.
absolutely swear by and am married to. Yeah, I have no idea.
No, come back to you, Paul. No.
Cat.
That's hard.
Of course.
Yeah, see, I feel like,
Of course.
like 5 years ago that fits. I feel like
Yeah,
the white
probably.
girls have taken it.
Absolutely. Along with LL Bean.
Yeah, and somehow the Stanley Cup thing, it's like that's been the thermos of the working man for 100 years, and now all of a
Yeah.
And
sudden
now
it
it becomes like
fits
trendy.
it fits in a
Yeah.
cup holder, so we're gonna lose
For a
our
second,
shit.
I was thinking hockey, but I get what you're
Oh,
saying.
no,
I
trust me.
get what you're saying
Growing
now.
up doing hockey and then seeing now when I Google Stanley Cup, I get a fucking insulated mug with a straw.
How the times have
Pisses me
changed.
off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord Stanley's rolling over in his grave.
Do you know what you do, Shelby?
No, I feel like you know how Hunter called me out at that one dinner for like not following anything. Do you remember? Were you
Wait,
there?
yeah, that was a little rude.
Uh,
That was
Well, I
a
mean,
lot.
it
it
was
was
a little
very
rude.
awkward. He was
a
aggressive
little rude.
about it.
It was
Yeah.
a little rude. I feel like I brought it. I'm
Yeah.
giving it too much power because I think
You
about
are.
it too often.
You do.
But
Uh.
shout out to you, Hunter Wickman.
Yeah, Hunter.
Ooh.
A little awkward, buddy.
No, you're good.
Yeah, we know you're
Um,
watching.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, no, like we're not like super big. Like we joke all the time that my dowry was my DeWalt tool collection. So like I feel
Ooh.
like I feel like I could add to
I
that.
won
I'd be all
the
right.
fucking lottery.
Yeah, see,
Let's just say that.
yeah. Now I wish we had a Milwaukee guy in here
Hey.
to stir some shit up.
Oh,
Funny.
that's fair.
I'm a
That's
big
fair.
Milwaukee guy.
Big Milwaukee guy, you gotta
I mean, I
go with your big.
I'm a
MAT.
medium. I'm okay. I'm a medium Milwaukee guy.
A
Medium.
mid, very mid.
He only goes to the
Yeah.
M12.
Mid.
Ooh.
I don't even. You lost.
Yeah, he's a big Milwaukee guy. He's got the M12 heated jacket. And
That's
that's his
right.
brand.
That's right. Along with everybody else in the
Yeah.
shipyard.
Hey. All right.
Yeah.
Hey.
No, that's why I won't buy a heated jacket because Milwaukee's the only one I get, and I'm not going to buy a fucking Milwaukee. When DeWalt comes
Oh,
out
yeah.
with one, I'll
There,
get one.
there you go.
Yeah.
fair.
All right.
Is that like,
Can
is that like the
appreciate
big
that.
brand?
DeWalt.
and
Show
Milwaukee?
some respect here.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's either big red or big yellow.
DeWalt, friend of the pod.
Yeah.
Friend of the
pod.
Do you need reliable?
Use code Hecktic in the description.
Do you need to get that really tough nut off of there?
Yeah.
You are the wall impact wrench.
Yeah.
What about you, Tristan?
You feel like snapping a 3/4 inch bolt? Boy, do we have a
Break out the big bastard.
flex volt up to 80 on that impact. 3/4 inch impact, 40 volts. Rip that
Done.
bad boy right off.
Done.
1,000 foot-pound of torque.
Dude, it's
Easy.
fucking wild. If that is the one ad deal we get out of this, I would be so fucking
Oh,
excited.
man.
Dude,
You get a big bag for that
I'm
one.
Oh my goodness.
A big bag.
I started emailing
Bag,
people.
excuse
asking
me.
about that.
You know,
Yeah.
Here we go.
When did you,
Fuck.
what did you start emailing?
I started emailing about brand deals.
Wait.
Who?
Did you?
So who'd you hit up?
Yeah,
I
who
hit
was
up
your first
Duolingo.
email?
My
Who's your-
first
your first one?
email was Liquid Death.
Liquid Death.
Oh,
That's a good
shit.
one.
Oh,
man.
Interesting
Is
that
that
we were
water?
trying to copy.
Isn't
Yeah.
that an energy
What?
drink?
No,
No, it's
Oh,
not
it's just water.
water. Yeah.
So they branded water.
Yeah.
Yep.
But they sell it in aluminum cans, so
I
it's
was gonna say,
responsible. And they
because I
throw
thought
Liquid Death on
Quinton
it.
was the first person I ever saw drink it, but it showed up somewhere, and I
So
was like,
here's the real
oh.
question: how much do you pay for water in a can?
How did
It's
you drink
Like
it?
$250.
I don't know.
It's too
we were-
bad.
It's no more
I think you
ridiculous than
like a
literally
smart
brought it to
water
our
or
house.
That's fair. I think it's
that
and it's
first game night we
RPC.
had.
It's a
Right.
sick fucking can, and I think that
Damn, I
carbonated one comes
been
in
here
black
forever.
can.
Ooh.
You have.
So then you really feel like a badass when you drink your carbonated water.
Yeah, like
I hate carbonated water.
so. Here's my favorite thing: is
Oh yeah, there it is.
they say the
Oh,
sign of
okay.
a good podcast is just like hanging out with people and chilling, and we've devolved to that to the point where you guys are having one conversation and Paul and I are having another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great for a hangout,
Perfect.
but not awesome.
Not awesome
Yeah.
for a
Like I said,
podcast.
we'll figure it out. All right. We'll
Wait,
figure it
but-
out.
Quentin's gonna cut it up later. It's okay.
I wanna.
While
What
I
is
played Fortnite with Tristan. Oh yeah,
Tristan?
Oh,
there you
What
go.
are you sponsored by?
oh shit.
dude,
That's
you
good.
had so.
Well, hold
long
on.
to think.
Time out. You
I-
just skirted that question, Shelb. You didn't.
You said sure.
I completely
I
said
didn't say
nothing.
skirted. I meant to say skirted. I'm
Good
sorry.
luck.
I said DeWalt.
Yeah, she's the
Oh,
only
you
one
did
who's
say DeWalt. I'm
you
sorry.
did.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
the
I'm
only
sorry.
one that
I'm
answered.
sorry. We have a very blue collar relationship.
Yeah,
You
you
can't tell.
Yep.
DeWalt
We
Carhartt.
fit in just fine.
It is fine out here.
Dropping DeWalt and Carhartt, I feel like it's like, all right, have these people lived out of a vehicle and
Yes.
have these guys been
We
nomads at some point? Yes, they
Yes.
have.
Because these are the things that hold up.
Do you need more time, Tristan?
No,
You need
I
something
can come up with
reliable that's-
something.
Yeah,
It-
I got a question.
for me?
No, for them.
Oh, okay. I would say either like Muscle Farm creatine or Kessler's whiskey.
That makes sense.
One
Yeah, I
of
was
the
gonna
two.
throw
Yeah,
Kessler's
or
on the
somewhere in
table.
between.
Both of them together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
just a
makes
mixture
sense.
of the
Is
both.
that like
So-
is it like the modern white Russian?
Yeah.
no.
So what if it,
Nobody said kratom?
Yeah, I was gonna
I
throw that
mean,
out
I
there.
thought that was
That's
just like a
Implied.
automatic for all of us.
Implied.
Is that a brand?
All of us in the podcast.
I don't know that we can claim
That's
it
that's
yet.
fair.
Is there big
I don't-
kratom?
There is big.
There
Kratom.
is big kratom, but
Red
me and
Dawn,
Quinton
baby, Red
buy.
Dawn.
Oh, dude, are
Me
we
and
gonna get
Quinton
into
usually
something?
buy that cheap
We might.
kratom.
Yeah.
I might have
cheap.
opened the crate.
Well,
Wild,
you
Wild
say,
Bill's tobacco.
so
How
you
about
say,
that?
so you say you're not going with the brand name, like you're not going to shoot for the brand name kratom because it's too far out there, but you chose Kessler's whiskey.
Which is
Yes, I
also
do, because I think it's
unknown to
only
everyone else.
because that,
I know. I
I
will
think it's
say,
humorous.
well known here, not well known in other states.
In a state that shows up as just a black dot on the alcoholism map,
Yes.
yeah, Kessler's is no.
Or any plastic
Yes.
bottle liquor.
Have you
How
ever
about
seen
that?
that map?
We even better.
There's
It's
some plastic.
fucking wild.
when we,
Yeah,
when
like
we
that
first
shit-
moved
yeah.
here,
User
somebody
cube?
sent
Yeah.
us that video where it was like top 50 drunkest counties in the United States, and literally all but 4 of them were in this state. And I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
the guy-
Marinette County's like a dark red.
Yeah.
I like the
You're like,
guy-
whoa,
Black.
where are we moving to?
Wisconsin,
I like the guy who, there's a guy who did a follow up to it, and he's like, for those of you thinking that there's one dry county, and he zooms in on where Lake Winnebago is, he's like, that's a lake. Don't worry, that white spot, no people there. That's water. Like, we know what you were thinking. Well, it's not all black. Look right
Yeah,
there. It's like,
yeah.
That's
oh,
No
there's
one
like
is there.
one good community.
That
No,
is
no,
a
I can't.
Yeah.
Something
Deviants.
crazy. No.
Yeah.
Wisconsin's a very drunk community. I think I see a list of 20 cities. So there's
the whole of
20
Wisconsin
cities
is
in
one big
Wisconsin
community.
yeah.
that were in like the top 10 list of most bars per like street corner.
Oh, I know what
like,
you're talking about.
It's wild.
Block.
Bars
I
and
also,
churches.
I also want to say that
Weird as fuck.
Great
everything
combination.
that comes out of your mouth, I love it. Don't stop talking ever.
What do you mean, dude? You make me feel like I should
What,
stop
Brock?
talking.
You want to ruin a compliment? Make it weird?
Why would you think I would do that?
Thank you. That's what I thought.
How could I?
I don't know.
Why? What were you thinking I was going to say?
Nothing.
Did you make it weird?
All right, that's enough.
All right.
No reverse psychiatry.
Once again, dictionary.com.
I
Here
will
we go.
say, I will say that since
Yeah.
becoming like a bartender up here, like I work
Yeah.
just irregularly, like a 1 weekend a month. But an old fashioned is like not a thing that I feel like young people typically order. anywhere else in
And if you
the
make them
world.
wrong around here,
Oh,
Oh,
my
you
god,
will
the,
get
the old
crucified.
fashioned culture is deep. Like
Really?
it is. Oh my
you're not
gosh.
making them at least you're not making them at a supper club because then the fucking
Yeah, they
the
would.
standard's higher.
They would tell me those blue
Especially
hairs.
if they don't have teeth.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
They
the
just
recipe
down
for
those
them,
things
then?
real fast and they say, give me more.
Well, where I work, it's like the old fashioned mix, bitters, whiskey, and then sweet or sour, cherries or mushrooms. Like it's like
Or
a
brandy.
everybody.
Interesting.
Well, yeah,
You don't
brandy.
put an orange in there?
Not where I work. That sounds very
Weird.
fancy. I'm
See,
sorry.
That was
so
I,
anywhere
pleasing.
I
outside
crack
of here.
open equal amounts of Busch Light and I make old fashioned. It's like a bow equivalent.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bush
That's-
Light goes in an old fan.
no,
No.
but the same people
I'm
drink them.
saying, like, that's about
She
the
serves the
extent
equivalent of the two.
popular
The
Wait,
Busch
most
latte.
popular. Yeah,
The
Busch
Busch
lattes.
I like that they finally gave in and just made Busch lattes.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the new can. Yeah.
Might as well.
So people always called them Busch latte. So they did a branding where it was just it said
Said
Busch
Busch
latte.
latte.
on it.
Yeah.
Gosh.
That's like
Just got to embrace
This
the
guy has
suck.
Dude, I think
Gotta
I
get
live
out
under a
more.
rock.
So you say you live under a rock. When people ask what there is to do here, I always give the answer: if you like to get drunk and look at trees, we've got a good spot for you. What I'm hearing in the fact that he hasn't heard the term Busch latte is he's done neither of those
Neither.
because it is the exclusive drink.
big club.
For those who look at trees.
Yeah, See, I
big
feel like every region has their. Where I went to school was hams.
Yeah.
Everything was hams.
I grew up in Pennsylvania on the
Jingling.
good side, so it's icy light.
Or icy light, yeah.
Icy light.
Yeah.
If you're outside Pittsburgh.
We get a couple. We get
Shout out
some,
to Rolling Rock, huh?
Ooh, yeah, my dad grew up in
Some
that
of
little town.
I had a friend who the liquor store was running a special on hams, so he bought
Christmas?
like 40 cases and they built a throne out of hams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they just what the fuck was that?
It's hungry
You
up
just
in
whispered
here.
sweet nothings in your ear.
So cheap beer trivia. When did Pabst win its blue ribbon?
Ooh, I think.
It was
Dude.
oh wait, no, we
Great
knew this.
idea.
This was at like a fair.
Yeah.
Like it literally was a.
Yeah, I think it was in the early days, but I couldn't tell you what the early days were for
Yeah.
that beer. I know it's been a while, but one of the
Tristan's
oldest,
actually
one of the
huge
older
beer
breweries, I
enthusiast.
think, right?
I want to say
beer advocate.
Yeah, I was
1897.
gonna say it's
Nice.
pretty,
But
pretty back there.
we'll wait for Oh, I thought you were gonna fact check me there.
Do you
Ooh.
Google
So no, I
it?
wanted to do
So
a
the-
beer trivia.
So the big
Ooh.
one, the big
Ooh,
one
yeah.
in Chicago was Old Style, which I'm
Ooh.
sure is also sort of
I've seen it
filtered up
around.
here a little
Never
bit,
heard
right?
of
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, so the Chicago stuff get a little bit of it here, and I went to school in Ann Arbor, so you got
Yep.
quite a few people from Chicago bring the old style. And there's nothing
Mhm.
like watching a guy sit at a picnic table and crack one of those at 5
Oh,
a.m.
my grandpa all the time.
Yeah.
Old Style.
Just gonna watch the sunrise.
Gotta make you proud.
Yeah, just the kind of haphazardly keeping the brown bag on it, but like he's given up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's
We
fair.
should have. I wish we would have like said something. We said this even as we were coming home from it, but we went to like a beer fest last weekend.
I love
Yeah,
this
down in
thing.
Green Bay.
Down in Green Bay, like one of Paul's buddies runs a beer podcast.
Really?
Yeah, called
Oh.
Pour
So,
Another Round.
okay.
Formed
So-
around.
Yeah. Ooh.
That's awesome.
Shout out down in Green Bay.
Maybe
Ooh, shout out.
maybe that's a contact you get in touch with when we finally start Tristan's alcoholism podcast.
Ah,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is he like a
Intriguing.
Followers of the podcast will know
I don't-
that.
I don't
Yeah,
know how many
they don't know
followers
that
he
I
has
have
to
that
be
kind of
fair.
I
work.
didn't listen to the recent
So,
episodes.
I went
Actually, I
to
skipped the
high
Christmas
school with
episode.
both
It
him
was
and
2
his
hours
brother.
long.
And they
Okay.
both live in Green Bay now.
That's very cool.
And now we live in Marinette. So
Yeah.
here we go.
I want to see it.
The plan was to basically
Pour.
get Tristan to a point where we could then document his road to recovery.
I'm gonna play the act
I
so
love
well
it.
that
I
I'm
love it.
Because
gonna
if he
become
just
an
had a beer
alcoholic.
podcast, it'd be like, cool, we get a following. But if he actually became an alcoholic, then people would be invested in him getting fixed. It would
Or-
bring out emotion.
Tristan, look me in the eye. You need better friends.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
You can tell she only knows a lot about this relationship through the podcast because if she thinks
Yeah.
we're friends with Tristan, that's
Yeah.
Oh my!
Yeah.
I know.
Got him.
weird. If
Got me.
I say that,
Needed to watch this
Just
earlier
a
episode or
kidding.
recent episodes.
yeah.
Just kidding. No,
Okay, what do we got here?
I told her not to show me the answers yet.
Oh,
So it will after I ask for them.
interesting. Dates back to 1516. Is that right around the siege of Munster, or was that
Dude, half the words that come out of your mouth, I don't know what the fuck they mean.
Siege? Did that one get you?
Yeah, it actually did. I actually don't know what that means. I can spell it though. S-E-I-G-E.
Just because you keep seeing ads for Rainbow Six Siege pop up when you're buying video games, or what?
No.
Okay,
actually.
just checking.
I'm having a really good time right now.
You're K'd out, aren't you,
I'm
Q?
fucking K'd out,
And
man.
I feel like
bro.
Hey,
I'm being a dick. I don't know why. I'll
That's all right.
tone it
It
down.
happens.
You're in a
That's
salty
right.
mood, aren't you, Brock?
What's that?
You're in a salty mood tonight, aren't you?
I always am.
I feel like it's more than normal though tonight.
It's been a week.
Did something happen earlier?
He's got to get it out. He's not going to be on the
Listen, I-
podcast next
I had
week.
I was gonna say he's gonna
You can say
be
it,
in
right?
Italy and he's gonna have to, put on his Italian accent.
It's gonna be an interesting adventure.
Yeah.
No, I had
Dude, we're gonna
a
get
great day
canceled for
today. I left work way earlier than I normally do.
So it's a good thing.
Went, took the dog for a walk, spent a couple minutes.
You went dog
Wait.
for a walk.
I've never
What?
seen the
How's
dog. at your
how's
house.
that done?
Went and took a dog for a walk. Just,
You mean your
did
cat?
its thing.
Your
It's
cats?
like-
No, it's not my
Your
dog
6
either.
cats?
I don't have cats.
That's okay.
Segue. Enough of your conversation. If so,
Well, that was a forcible segue.
I didn't mean that. Dude. I didn't.
No,
Talk
it's
about
fine.
bullying from
Well,
the
it's not-
podcast
it's not you.
director.
My bad. My bad. I'm man enough to say that was a little harsh.
Well, if it's about me, I'll stand.
But if I say you look like a cat person, is that an insult? Do you think that is an insult?
Depends on how they feel about cats.
So
Well, that's
If
the
I call
logical
Brock
answer.
a cat person, like he has cats hidden in his house somewhere that we haven't
Hidden?
seen yet.
so they've been to my home.
Oh, good.
No evidence of cats. They still are convinced I
No,
have
there
cats.
was
There's
plenty
evidence
of
everywhere.
tiny balls on the floor.
What?
You may say they're Nerf
They're for
bullets.
Nerf guns.
You may say
They're for
they're
Nerf
what
guns.
else was
Listen.
it? Cricket balls.
Tiny
but
Well,
you're
one
not
of those are
losing me.
balls on the
Fuck
floor.
Yes.
I'm
Lots
convinced
of them.
that
Are
we
they fuzzy?
have
Some.
the best setup
Snowballs.
possible because our neighbor has outdoor cats, so we don't have mice. So
Yeah.
like this is
That's
That's
actually
the
really
fact.
nice.
this is the premium setup. So I appreciate cats.
We never have to deal with the cat, but we do have
you
to
get-
listen to when his cat dies.
When it dies, how many times does it die?
Well, no,
Well, only
he just,
one has
he just
died
gets
so
really,
He gets.
Duh.
He just gets.
he gets really emotional.
He just gets very emotional when his cat dies.
Yes,
How
it
many-
was.
We've only witnessed one
It
so
was
far.
pretty. It was pretty rough. It was memorable for both of us. though.
One of 9.
I like that you're still using present tense for it. It's throwing everybody off.
He's still pretty fucked
why
up.
not?
anyway.
Every time that damn cat dies, I go through it.
I actually really love your guys' house.
So
Okay.
yeah,
We better
Like
it's done.
I don't mean that as like I'm just like saying a compliment. Like I actually really like your guys' house. Like I want it given to me.
You should ask Shelby about how she feels about it right now.
You don't like it, or is it because it's all like construction stuff?
Yeah.
Wait, let me describe to you what cooking dinner looks like in our house currently.
Yeah.
It's
um,
comical.
We don't have lights, so I have to wear my hiking headlamp,
I love it already.
And we have like an
You can
LED
hear it,
shop
like,
lights that will
ratcheted
turn
down.
on.
Yep.
and then I like cook my little whatever I'm cooking, and then we got dinner. And it
Nice.
is. I thought I was done living in a camper, but now I'm just living in a big camper
big ass
with a
camper.
little running
With a pointy
water,
roof.
which is nice.
Right, with a pointy roof.
Yeah, we got a little
Wait,
A-frame.
have
So.
you gotten a chance to go to their house? Have you been there?
No, I haven't been there.
Yeah.
He's dipped on us both
That's
times.
right.
Yeah, motherfucker.
One time, I
Dude,
think.
their house is so awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It's
No.
an
Next
A-frame,
time-
and
next
it's
time we
right on
have-
the fucking water.
Next time we have a bonfire,
Oh, we're
you
at
guys gotta
180.
come out.
Damn, that's sad because I won't be there.
How much longer are you guys going to be here for?
The foreseeable future.
Hey, you know they live here, right?
Yes.
Oh,
And I know
house.
they have a house here.
Yeah.
Oh, so damn it! Now
So
I
he's
look
just
like
asking
now I look
questions
like
that
an
are
idiot.
obvious.
That's
I
it. But
see.
you guys, again, we'll have to do something. Just
Yeah.
because Quinton goes away doesn't mean we have to stop being friends. So
That's true.
that's
That's
so
true.
fun.
Yeah.
this
I
is
appreciate
good
that.
because I've gotten in the habit of anytime I hear murmurings of a little project going on at work, I get to go, oh, this is a goddamn Paul project, isn't it? And then sure enough, it is.
Damn TMMG guys.
Sorry.
I just
Go
hear, well, we
figure.
got
wow.
every time we got TMMG working on something, I was like, gosh,
I'm really,
I like Paul, but he gets roped into some bullshit.
yeah.
I do
Like-
absolutely get
Oh,
roped
he
into
says
bullshit
that
all the
always
time.
the
time,
worst
too. It's like,
I
project.
do. I do
I feel
100%.
bad
The worst
for Paul.
project.
I do feel very bad for
Dude,
you.
listen,
Jeez.
Oh.
Do you do it to yourself? This is what I want to know.
Mm,
probably to an extent. I can admit that.
Gotta put the hammer down.
Yeah, maybe.
Put it down, Paul.
Part of my job is to be
I know.
the person that
yes
says yes,
guy.
though. Not the yes man is in they tell me what to do and I say yes, but the yes man is in
Can you do
are
that?
you able
sure,
to
we'll
support
make
this?
more
And I
money.
say, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing is because everybody just broadly categorizes it as TMMG, no one's ever going to throw your name at it. No one ever goes, oh, it's a Paul. I go, oh, it's a Paul project because I
Yeah, you keep that
Because you
TM
know.
to a minimum.
I see,
know.
yeah. Well, I see all the facets of it, and then when someone goes, because I love it when someone will walk in there, I'm fucking TMMG, and then Quinton will be like, "What did I do?" It's like, yeah,
No, something I did, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Every time.
I'm like, I know who's behind this one.
The big tall
Don't pay no
guy.
attention to the man
Yeah.
behind the curtain.
Whenever I hear that word out, it's usually not good, and I'm always like, yeah, fuck those guys. Those guys suck.
Oh, geez.
The
Yeah.
word
Meanwhile,
being
you got a
TMMG?
sticker on your
I was
hat.
just gonna say, yeah, and then I walk out with the TMG sticker on my helmet.
You've reached the point that I do just with engineering in general. Engineering like this, I'm like, those guys.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah, they're not us.
Are you in the
They're not us.
engineering
I
department,
feel like
bro?
we have our own
Yes.
boat.
Okay.
So Brock and Tristan are both in waterfront engineering, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know actually what your official title is, so I'm not
All
going to
right.
impose.
The
No,
dog.
that's
It's,
perfect.
Rock's the dog jersey.
is waterfront engineering about twice a week somebody slaps on there that I'm the subject matter expert in something that I'm about
Yeah, I was
2
going to say.
days into.
I feel
so,
like you get roped
That I've
into things as
Googled
well, but in your own
thrice.
flavor.
yeah, that's why I'm catching a lot of flights in the next couple months. Is a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff that's way outside of my scope. But
Oh boy.
oh well.
But hey, here we are.
Yeah.
There's worse
Here we are.
things.
What else you got on?
Yeah, what you
yeah,
got on
what's
that
on your
list,
list
buddy?
It's on your crib notes
Are
there,
we
Chief.
going to go through this list
I
of
may or may not
beer
be
trivia?
out.
Well, you brought something up on the screen here.
Half of them Shelby fucking asked me. She literally studied so hard that she beat me to my own questions.
Well, you didn't,
Well,
you
that just
didn't
means you got to
answer.
step yourself
Yeah.
up.
So what
I
else
don't
was
have an
on?
answer.
What else was on your list?
Okay, how about
Here
this
we
one?
go.
No,
No.
no.
No, yeah, you
No,
can.
no.
I have
We'll
an
grill
answer.
you for a little bit
I was
longer.
going to say, you sounded really upset about that.
Yeah, you did.
No, I'm just scared.
I'm not trying. No,
just
this
that
one's
I-
easy.
Yeah.
This
You're
one's a good one.
scared.
Yeah.
What is like the
Maybe.
either like the weirdest or like the most random or just like the wildest job that you've worked in your life? 'Cause I love these
I
stories.
had-
So people have done some like weird shit for either money or for to help somebody
Weirdly
out.
enough, a couple months ago, I actually had this company called Team MG
Yeah, I
call me.
knew it was
was
You
gonna say,
coming.
you
I
sold
knew
yourself
it
for
was
money on the
coming.
corner?
Yeah.
Oh, weirdly
Yeah.
enough.
6
Actually,
months of his life down the drain.
I really haven't done anything
What?
that weird.
I think the
Like
weirdest
weird
thing
jobs?
you've done was
Actually-
the photo shoot you did
I
not
was
too
gonna
long
say
ago
that's a
for
good
Valentine's
thing.
Day.
So I take photos for companies.
Okay.
Like they'll send me their products and I'll take photos of them.
Well,
and
that's
then
cool.
I get paid for it.
Yeah.
And most of the time I get to keep the product. And there's some fucking weird things that I get from people.
What is the weirdest product you've received?
Yeah.
All right.
I can tell
So we're
So-
segue into.
I want to see where this goes.
Should
I
we
actually
break
had
it out?
It's actually Tristan's now.
Let's do a demonstration.
No, no more
Oh
demonstration.
my, here we go.
Yeah. No, can we not again?
All right.
We'll do it on Paul this time. It's
Oh,
fine.
here.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if I want to be the willing subject here.
So the one I recently did was like a whip.
It's a
like
crop.
It's a crop.
It's a crop. And a
crop.
blindfold.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
why I have
yes.
the flowers in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For exactly what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tasteful.
Crop, I
but
was like, okay,
Yeah.
plus
No.
blindfold.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, you can draw
It's-
the right
yes.
conclusions.
Some
there.
lovely leather
But-
filigree on it. It's nice.
Oh.
Photos are kind of dope.
Filigree.
I'm just
That's
trying. I'm
another good
trying
word.
for them
Yeah.
now. We're searching for them.
I'm gonna
It
pull-
technically wasn't even filigree, but I had to work it in.
Yeah.
Dude, enough
all right.
of those words,
That's a good
man. They're
vocab word.
freaking me out.
The thesaurus.
Yeah, it was embossed.
Wait, I want to look. They're not weird.
I don't. It's so one of the weirdest ones I've done, also photography based. I took some lovely aerial and ground level photos of the Burger King and Taco Bell locally.
That sounds amazing.
I mean, I'm
for
sure
the
you got paid a
purpose
pretty
of?
penny for it. So yeah, cool.
He
Right?
actually does get a lot of money for that stuff.
I was supposed
He
to.
could
I
do
don't know
more.
if the check ever came for that one, but that's a different story. No,
Well,
the other stuff I've done, like industrial aerial stuff, that pays pretty well.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, I feel like companies like that would pay well for that because it's like their mainline marketing stuff.
Yeah, and they do them
Right.
every so many years, and they used to pay someone to do it with a helicopter.
Oh,
so
yeah.
when I'm up
So
against,
like the budget is there.
yeah,
you know?
so
like
when,
how much for the helicopter?
Yeah,
you
so
pay
when-
20K? Okay, I'll do it for 19.
Yeah, when
I'll
they,
take 10.
When they used to be running like $850 an hour for a helicopter, it's like well, I
Give
can
me 75%. We'll call
like
it a
I
deal.
can charge twice as much as I would feel reasonable, and you're still
Totally.
coming out ahead. So no,
Yeah,
that's worked out
that's
well.
that's called a
Nice.
win-win-win.
Yeah,
right?
it's a good time.
Win,
Uh,
win, win, win.
I cleaned boats for a summer, which oddly enough
Ooh.
had me pretty close to a nice little crew job on a yacht once upon a time.
Yeah.
And then the sale of said yacht fell through, and I didn't end up moving to Florida to do that.
So my
Man.
sister used to work on the fuel dock in the summertime, and I would go clean boats with her in
I've
the
done
summer.
that. Yeah, I worked at
Yeah.
the Marina in Menominee for about 10 years. I did that. So
Okay.
lots of interesting stuff out of that.
So my most interesting was high school.
Yeah, you gonna talk about being a
Yeah, so I hawked popcorn at a minor league baseball
popcorn
stadium.
hawker.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. You hucked popcorn at poor people?
No.
Hawk. Hawks
what I
popcorn.
heard.
Like
Excuse me,
popcorn, get
Mr.
popcorn, yeah.
Baseball player. That's what that's called.
I would walk around the stadium and sell popcorn to people. But the problem was, it was a
You weren't a
rip.
good
It was
hawker.
it was a rip off.
He was too tall. He was like,
Believe it or
You're
not.
like, who the fuck is talking?
I'll buy some popcorn and get your fucking head out of my way.
No, it sucked because like
That's funny.
obviously they paid minimum wage. It was a stupid high school job,
Right.
but I had to drive 30 minutes to get there and 30 minutes back. So like the gas I paid
It was almost
probably
enough.
wasn't even worth it because you
Yeah.
only actually worked probably 3 hours for a game, and then they cut you off at like the 7th inning stretch.
Oh, I hate
But
when they do
even
that.
worse, it was a shitty minor league stadium,
Mm.
so the popcorn was $1 a bag.
Yeah.
They couldn't have even made it like $1.25, so you
Nope.
got like
A chance to keep the
change for the
change.
tip. Like no
Yeah.
opportunity for that at all.
Nope.
Because nobody's gonna
$1.
buy $1 bag of popcorn and give you $1 as a tip.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's the smallest denomination they have at that point is a
Right.
single dollar bill.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it.
Yeah, no, we went from
Damn.
$1.50 to $2 a bag for ice.
Yep.
And just fucks you, man.
Wait, you
Yeah.
did? You did?
What? Where?
Right
what?
here?
No.
Oh,
Are you concerned?
Not here.
I
At a
take
place-
ice baths in there.
Do you?
Yeah. Fucking
You-
sucks.
So again,
Well,
Dude,
things happen in this apartment.
You might get
So-
some
Yeah, for
weird
real.
complaints from the people on that side because I fucking scream my brains off, and they're probably like, "What the fuck's going on in the bathroom over there?"
so again,
Oh my
we go.
God, oh my God, oh my God.
Like
Yeah,
I've
listen,
never
listen,
seen a
listen.
girl come out of there. I don't know who's screaming.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
So again, this is on his quest to make this a professional gig instead of DMT and sensory deprivation. You're doing kratom and ice baths.
Yeah. Ice
Hey,
baths
you
are
know,
really
that's-
fucking good for you.
I
Everyone's gotta
heard
have a
that.
shtick, right?
Yeah. That's
It's all right.
I don't think ice baths like a weird thing. That's like really, really good for you.
No, I'm sure it is.
Yeah. Oh, you're
I-
off.
Your
I-
mic is definitely off, pal.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, you
There
have
you
off.
go.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
I got
Yeah, you're
my
right.
bad. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad.
See, I enjoy just a
Yeah.
nice bubble bath, but I don't know that I could do the ice bath thing.
Are you like Patrick Mahomes on the commercial with all the bath bombs?
I don't do a lot of bath bombs. I am pretty picky about my bubbles, and if
Really?
there's a candle, that's gotta coordinate.
Do you actually?
Preferred scent.
With the rose petals
Tonight.
too.
Really?
Before I came here,
While we
Preferred scent?
while we play Fortnite.
All right.
I can't do it. That'd be tough.
That's electricity, water don't mix, right? I mean,
yeah,
Depends on what you're looking for.
favorite
Well,
bath bomb
I
is
mean-
a toaster.
Hey, I like that. That was good. That was a good one.
You said, yeah, I like that. That's
That was a good one. I like
get
that.
a little crazy. Okay,
Tristan,
Shelby,
what was
Shelby.
you're up. You're going round robin.
But you know the question?
No.
What's
Oh.
your weirdest job you've ever done? Weirdest, funniest, I don't know. Think of something to say.
But I would say
Something like that. I don't know.
mine's probably like a toss up.
Yeah.
No, I'd say okay. So my college job, I in the summers would be like the flagger, like the stop and slow person that you always feel really bad for in like the crazy heat, and it's just like.
Ooh.
But
Oh.
I worked that job in a remote part of Pennsylvania. So like my second summer was like particularly terrible because we were on like the pipe crew, insert jokes here. And so we would be like in,
If you say so.
on like the remote area. So like I would stop maybe like more Amish buggies in a day than I would actually stop
it's
like
like slow.
literal
I am going
cars.
slow.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask the Amish buggy question, but I'm like, I don't know
Absolutely.
if that's a Pennsylvania
I knew
stereotype.
something
Hey,
was
we
amish.
fit.
All right, just
But-
check it.
I
We'll have a
remember
side note comment about the Amish after this for sure.
no.
They have good
But-
cheese.
Well, yes.
I remember this one day though.
Side story.
Oh my gosh! Literally, my mom came home from work and she was like, "How was your day?" And I was like, "Literally, I squished a blueberry at 6:30 this morning, and I counted how many ants came up to it, and that I saw 0 cars.
Ugh.
So that was like probably the worst job I've ever had.
Oh.
Did you
But-
start messing with the ants at all? Like, ooh, what if
See,
we got a
this-
second blueberry? Where do they go?
What are they going to do?
This is where
No.
Brock likes to introduce a little chaos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
just-
see this. I see this.
Yeah.
No, it's like that, and then like how many like lyrics do you actually think you know? Like, because you're not allowed to put anything in your ears, so you're just like, can I sing this entire
Oh, wow.
The ultimate
I don't know.
test.
Queen song without actually looking up the
You know,
lyrics?
Interesting.
you know what I used to do? I used to try to whistle entire songs instead
you
of
did.
because instead of singing, I would just try that.
If you can't tell, we're the coolest people you've ever met. We just
Yes.
play in
You wanna
that
know-
department.
You actually, we talked about this before. You want to know what he was best at whistling?
Oh, wow.
Dial-up tones. Nailed them every time.
What's that, man?
Never heard that.
And we've come full circle.
Yeah, it's just I like to throw a call back in every now and then.
See
It's
if people
actually
pay
really
attention.
weird that people will do out of boredom.
Yes.
Really though, for sure.
Yeah.
So I had a buddy who used to get bored in class, and he would do this thing with his fingers where he would
They just
go
keep
all the way
forgetting
through
you.
and then opposite, and then work all
But
the
I
way
do
back
that.
and opposite and all
Literally
the
do
way
that every
through.
day. You're talking about me?
No,
I do that. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
no,
8.
it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1,
Um,
4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,
Oh, I don't
4,
do
3,
that.
2, 1, 4.
See, I go
So it
this
just looks
way
like
and
he's-
then back, but then I have to make
Yeah.
sure it's equal. So I go this way.
It's
and
like
then
it's
back.
like a very evil maniacal type of move, right?
Either that, or he's just got to hold the other hand right, so it looks like he's remembering something on guitar.
Shredding.
Like he's just going over his tabs in his head. Like, it's like, man, is he?
Gotta like stick your tongue out a
Is
little
that
bit.
a, it's like, is that a tick, or
Yeah.
is he really trying to learn Freebird? Like,
Well, maybe
Hendrix.
having a stroke. And I want to get him.
A few
worked
different
out.
options there.
Yeah.
I like the idea that as you're trying to remember lyrics, you're doing it in real time, and you get to one like Freebird, and it's like, I just gotta sit here for 3 minutes and tap it out before I can sing again.
Meanwhile, there's like no lyrics.
That's
I can't remember the lyrics. You're just sitting there, it's like, oh, too early. Damn it, every time.
right,
Okay.
Tristan.
Oh, the weirdest job I've ever done.
Mm.
I did the whole being a
Oh yeah,
Sign
you were a flagger
flipper.
too.
yeah. I did that for like a
Sign
whole
flipper.
year.
Yeah.
It was not a
Never
good time.
lived
But,
in
like,
I know,
the year
it's so
after that, I became the supervisor of summer help for that gig, so I just
Supervisor,
drove in
sign
a
flipping.
truck the whole time.
All right.
But the weirdest job I ever did was shoveling snow off rooftops up when I went to school in Michigan Tech.
Mm.
That makes sense.
You're
It was
Tristan?
not a fun. Yeah, it is.
All right,
It
just
is.
checking.
Is it that far away?
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go.
But that was
Now
a
we're
scary ass job. Being up
Oh.
on rooftops.
I believe that.
I
and
gotta do that in
shoveling
winter
off
time
the
too. That's
snow.
no fun.
Yeah, I kind of got to do that on mine right now.
Snow is scary.
I only did 3
That's
of them,
part
and
about
then
an
I quit.
A-frame.
I was gonna say the snow doesn't stay. So
Flooding down it.
Yeah,
No,
that's wild.
You were so high up sometimes,
Really?
and like some of the slopes of some of the
Houses?
it was like
Pitch.
almost like 75 degrees. I feel like
Whoa.
yeah, not a
you
fun
should come
job.
shovel our house. You're probably pretty
no,
close to that
no,
number.
No. I'm retired from that.
Retired.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're tired.
Hung up boots. No
We're
more.
tired.
Wait, Quinton,
What?
did you give something for that already?
Mm.
That
I did. I
question?
gave the photography thing.
Yeah, that is
yeah.
a
Yeah.
wild one.
I've also shot this thing where apparently this is a normal thing where you like, I don't know what it's for, but you put your dog in it and then you hang your dog up. It's like a
What
hanger.
in the hell? Is that like a
Like a
hanging
doggy
pot?
bouncer?
Yeah, but it's
No, I feel like this is a potted plant. You
And
like hang in the
is this
corner.
like-
yeah.
Is this
yeah.
like all the videos that you see of people where it's like when the New York subway passed the law that you had to have a dog that fit in a
I
bag?
did see that.
So you got
yeah.
someone with like a
What?
IKEA
yeah,
bag.
yeah, big
You got-
IKEA
you
gotta-
bag with a
you gotta look
golden
this up,
retriever
man.
hanging out the bottom.
Yeah.
You gotta look this up.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find
Do you know
it.
what
I
we're
want to
talking
see the
about, Paul?
largest.
I-
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I want to see
I
the
knew it.
largest
Oh, here,
dog
yep.
possible in the
Yeah.
smallest bag
This is what I'm
possible.
talking about.
Like some yeah.
Oh,
my
that's
god!
that's
You
so
like
they
hang
can
them
like
up.
trim their nails.
What?
That might be what it's for.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
What?
I mean,
I'm
they're
sorry.
selling it. They're selling it with the nail clippers, so
Yeah,
that
that's
tracks. It's
definitely
a
what it's
grooming.
No,
for.
They're having
didn't-
people hang their dogs on the subway. Is what they're doing.
I'm sorry,
Those
Quinton.
handrails?
Did you have
That's
to
for a
like
dog, not a
rent?
person.
Did you have to like rent a dog to
No,
like
we
take
have-
accurate pictures?
No,
Ooh, that's a good
Logan
question.
has a perfect dog.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like-
a perfect dog.
Ooh.
It's not
What
like it's
breed
not
is
like
a
a,
perfect
it's not like
dog?
a pit bull. It's like
Oh,
a,
so let's discuss.
Oh,
What
so
is
we're
the
shitting on
I'm
perfect
sorry.
dog
Yeah,
breed?
you're gonna get canceled just
Yeah,
by
you're
the
gonna-
pitbull people.
You're gonna step on the
Yeah,
third rail
never
of the
will.
internet.
Well, no.
Shit, pit bulls.
Fuck.
What you got against Mr. Worldwide?
I don't even know. All right. I don't even know.
I did see this pretty epic bachelorette party where all the girls dressed up as Pitbull. You know,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know how like people
as a pit
no,
bull or pit bull?
no Pitbull.
Oh.
Like people.
Hey, pit
The
bull.
one that shows up. Like, oh, I thought it was
It's the memo.
It's like that. It's like the guy who shows up in the pantaloons. 1880 or 1980. Son of a bitch.
Knickerbockers.
Yeah.
Oh my
Just got
gosh.
the powdered wig on. I thought you said 1790s.
Oh, missed it again.
Get my leg warmer.
Just like some girl with a dog collar and like these whiskers.
Just a little bit too jacked. Like, I swear, it's
Oh my
great with
gosh.
kids. Just
Oh my
it's the
god.
friend of the group that's like a little too protective always. Too.
Yes,
It's like,
absolutely.
she's really mean. No, she's just protective. She just doesn't know you.
So it's like way too fitting.
yeah, just strange men. She just goes after him. It's a whole thing.
She's only a little bit of an ankle biter.
Yeah.
Gotta have an extra insurance policy.
What is
Just bad,
next
just bad
step?
owners.
I was gonna say I also took pictures for these people too. Those are probably my weirdest projects.
It's like, it's
Wait,
like
so is that picture of the two small children in your picture?
That
Did
was-
you
Did
have
you
to-
rent those
Yeah.
children as well?
Rent
That's
the
my
kids.
best friend.
Is it? Yo,
Yeah,
click
that's
on
my
that
best
picture.
friend.
Let me
That's
see that
Austin
shit.
Marco. He's been on the podcast actually in Charleston.
Oh, that was
these
that one
are
guy.
Yeah.
these
So this
are
is-
what we told.
Yeah, except it's not the koozie that sits around your neck.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
actual pouch with
This
a
is
straw.
actually the first
Adult
thing
Capri
I
Sun.
ever took
Yeah,
photos
exactly.
of. And I remember being like, there's no way they're making money. Dude, they are killing it.
Yeah, dude,
'Cause
the
it's
weirdest shit
like a
makes
gag.
money.
I think it's because it's like a gag gift, but then it works.
The
Yeah.
weirdest shit
Yeah.
makes money, dude.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
weirdest
my
shit.
God.
Small unit prices, creative alcohol
Yep.
delivery systems,
Easy packaging. You
Yeah.
know, they can just ship it anywhere they want to without a
that-
problem.
I can't.
They can put it in a flat rate box for all they care.
Yeah, and you're never gonna buy
Yeah.
just one. It's always gonna be, oh, my buddy's in a
Yeah,
lake.
we're going to the beach.
We're going to
let's get a pack of 30.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the lake house. Can we get custom ones?
Yeah, for
Like
the weekend.
I want my bachelor party and print
Right,
on the
try, but
Yeah.
yeah.
all of them are gonna have one with a clock when they'd show up and do the Flavor Flav bachelorette
Go back
party.
up top
there's
right corner.
Logan.
There, yeah, Bride
That's mine
Tribe.
too.
Oh yeah.
That's
oh,
Logan.
that's
Bride Tribe,
Logan.
yeah, that's
Yeah, that's
that-
exactly what
that
they're
is
going for.
huge Nashville bachelorette
sit back
party.
and relax.
That's screaming
Come
at
on.
me.
Come
What are
on,
you talking?
beach, please. Yeah, for sure. There's so much more. There's so much scalability.
I
to
can
this.
just see like 10 drunk white girls with like Nashville wasn't ready for us in the
That's right.
Instagram
Oh,
caption.
that's
I'm
right.
sorry, did you know me, Circa?
Circa last week.
yeah, right.
That's your boy?
Yeah, it's kind of weird actually. It's kind of freaking me out. I'm not gonna lie.
I notice he's not wearing the rainbow one, Quinton. What's wrong with him?
Yeah, what the hell?
You
He
got a
should
problem?
be canceled.
Wait, the rainbow one.
Oh yeah, I see
Oh.
that.
Rainbow beads, bro.
I see what you're saying.
Perfect for Mardi Gras. I bet those are on sale right now.
Dude,
Man,
for real.
yeah.
Also, something someone could easily sell on the street at Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Well,
Now
I
you
don't
got
think-
business on top of
I don't think
business,
beads?
bro.
I don't
Oh,
really sell
beads.
beads at Mardi Gras.
Oh,
or at least
no. I'm talking
It's
about
a-
these things on the screen,
Well, they ain't
pal.
free.
it's a different currency
Those would be
exchange.
like epic ones to
Yeah.
get though.
Yeah.
It's a transaction
I don't
system.
know
I want
what
to be
you'd
a part.
have to do to get one with like full alcohol at Mardi Gras. Like if you're getting those
No.
beads, like the
No, new business
Yeah.
model.
Mm,
I'm gonna sell those at Mardi Gras, full
Yeah.
of shitty liquor,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying though. But like, what are
and
you?
color it with something fun.
Yeah. That's
Little
genius.
Zima and the Capri Sun there.
That's genius.
Listen, I've got background in popcorn hawking. I'm perfect for this.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
and he's gonna be throwing. He's gonna have to make all kinds of change for these.
yeah, that's right. Just the
Profound.
honest
Yes.
denomination.
Well, and see, the best
no.
part is like I can reach far enough that I can just like make transactions from
Yeah.
afar.
No, he's going cashless.
Right?
He's gonna hold out the little square reader, 15, 20, or 30%. Can I have you sign with your finger? Awesome,
I
thank
hate
you.
God.
those things.
Yeah, custom tip.
Don't bring those things up. I hate those things.
Why do you hate him, dude? It's the backbone of
He doesn't
small
like-
business commerce.
He
Wait,
doesn't like to tip.
Freaks me out.
The
I
square?
love
Square?
tipping. I'm a huge.
Yeah, this
I'm
is-
a huge tipper.
I said
Huge.
Squarespace.
Oh.
Obviously, Square Portal's great for transactions. Squarespace.
But hey,
No,
if you
no,
would
no.
have,
No. No.
Oh no.
Come on, we
down.
need some
Do you
money.
need to build
we need
your
some
website?
money.
Calm down.
No, he's big.
use the promo code for Wix. to build your own
I was
website.
gonna say Quint's a big Wix guy.
Yeah, that's the problem. That was the
You
issue.
Gotta go
Yeah.
back and
Hecktic and,
listen, Paul.
How do you, did I talk about how long have we been doing this podcast?
Have
Too
you
long.
talked about Wix? I don't know. I sit in the back of the office. He sits in the front of the office. That's
Shut the fuck up.
And I
You're on Wix all day, Q? Is that what I'm getting
I
at?
see-
Oh, man,
I
it's
see
fun.
Fiverr and Wix.
Well, because it's like, all right,
Shame,
if
shame.
I get
This
paid,
shame.
I could double dip and getting paid.
Absolutely,
Come on now,
dude. I don't care. Hustle all
Listen,
day long, bro.
Dude, you're a contractor. You're there to rob us blind and do no work. We know how it
Yeah,
works.
man.
We're just living up to our reputation, all right?
Right.
Come on.
Yeah,
I say they're
true.
almost people, so like you can almost get mad at them.
Right.
It's like half a person.
Yeah.
Contractors are people too, bro.
I don't think that hashtag's
Half
gonna
the
catch
one.
on.
I'm not buying
Better,
that.
What
better
about a double
marketing.
contractor though?
I'm not buying
A
that.
double
Strong
so
band.
I'm
what,
contracted
what
by
do you
a
do to
contracted
make a
company.
double contractor?
I don't know. Work on Wix all day, I guess. I'm contracted by the contract, I guess.
That's contraception. Not to be confused.
Oh,
not to be
dude.
confused with contraception.
Contraception. Simple.
So-
It would have been funny
I
if he
see.
just would have went with it.
Yeah,
So we
whatever.
touched on a pet peeve of mine here,
What?
Oh, no.
Contraception?
and that is the
You really don't like that?
You hate abortion that much, Brock.
Come on, man. A little pet peeve of mine. Okay, yeah, sorry.
these goddamn
God damn mother.
between the rainbow bag and no, it's the fact that we allow movies to change the meaning of words, and that now when we say Inception, we think of
That's right.
something within something, and
Correct.
it's just not what it was.
You're absolutely right.
It's just not what it is.
It's
What
true.
is it?
It's true.
It's the
It's the
planting of
beginning of.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the beginning of. It's the
Correct.
So the inception of this podcast.
Yeah, beginning of
Happened a while ago, November
whatever date.
17th or whatever you said.
14th.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
14th?
the inception of
13th?
other things somewhat
Something like
contradictory to contraception. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
That brings up another one. If I say the word ultimate, you think?
Frisbee?
I don't know
What do you
where
think-
you're
what do you
going
think?
with on here.
No,
How would you
it's
define ultimate?
The ultimate is like the top
Oh,
or the
like-
best
yeah.
of
Yeah,
the best
the
of
pinnacle.
the best.
It's
Yeah.
actually
Because the penultimate is the one before the best.
yeah, but ultimate is actually it's last. It's the last one said. It's the top.
Ah,
it's
that's fair.
the end is the ultimate.
Oh.
But because we look at it the other way. If you
Yeah.
rank something from 10 to 1, the ultimate one is number 1, and then
The last
penultimate
Frisbee.
is previous.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I won't
What?
even bring up the fact that bi-weekly can mean every other week or twice a week.
Correct.
I knew that one.
Biennial is twice a year versus biannual, which is every 2 years.
Well, if you ask me to do something bi-weekly, you know which one I'm picking. Every 2 weeks.
Okay. I don't have one for that.
Quinn's like, I
That was a
very
weird
clearly
flex.
have a preference in my bi-weeklies.
Oh, yeah.
So you wouldn't want a podcast twice a week?
What was the...
Let's do that.
Way to put him up to
I would
it.
do
We
that.
were talking about, literally, because we're old. We
Doing
buy...
that. We're not fucking old.
We buy shelled pistachios, but they're actually unshelled. Like,
Wow.
Is this like the sweet, unsweetened tea?
What?
I don't know what that one is.
A lot going on.
When you go
Tristan's
somewhere, they give you
confused.
unsweetened tea. It's like it's not unsweetened.
She just has
add
it's
sugar
tea.
and remove the sugar. It's
Yeah.
just fucking tea.
No, like on the bag at Costco, it literally says shelled pistachios, and then they're all without the shell inside. And I find that like
Very contradictory.
It's a
Yeah,
mind game.
I just don't
Yeah.
understand that because if they
I'm
were,
fucking with you.
they're not de-shelled.
Well,
I guess you
They're
could do
just, I don't know.
do it as a past tense verb. They have been shelled. Previously shelled.
I need
I've been
more
shelled.
of that sentence then
Yeah.
on the bag.
Yeah,
we need
that's
to-
a, it's a marketing faux pas at that point.
The shells in the bag with those.
No.
In the bag?
No, not in the bag.
Well, the shells aren't in the bag. You can buy the shells separate if you really like it. Personally, I like the act of opening them up. I like to open a bag and pick apart some shells
Yeah.
on the
You just like
pistachios.
Throw 'em on the
bruised
floor.
Those
Throw
are
'em on the floor.
weirdos.
What's that?
Okay, those are weirdos. Everyone
see,
likes to compete.
Here's the
Pass it
problem.
back to
Here's
them.
the real problem: is the price of things. Thanks, Biden. The fucking pistachios are too goddamn expensive for me to just be
Yeah.
rattling through them. Having the shells on there helps me pace myself a little bit, and it doesn't go straight to my hips.
You got a ration.
What if I told you the bags are the same amount of weight for the same price?
Ooh.
So you're paying for shells.
Exactly.
But see,
that's what I'm
for
getting
me,
at.
it's part of just not consuming them quite as fast.
Here, Mr. Smart Guy. You actually burn more calories eating pistachio than you're
No, that's
consuming?
that's celery.
that's
No,
Yeah, that's celery. That's what I was going to say. too.
Cucumbers?
Pistachio.
No,
It's
it's
the green,
celery.
the green
no, that's
veggies.
pistachios.
Listen, dude, how tough are
No,
the shells?
dude.
Yeah, because you have to open.
Are you going through the shell too?
No.
Dude, you don't need to swing a 10-pound hammer to get a pistachio shell out. Those are just the ads. You don't need to drop an elephant on it.
I don't remember who told me this, but somebody told me that
Now
you actually
sponsored by.
lose calories eating pistachios.
Yeah, if you set them across the room and you throw away the shell and then come back and shell want to go throw it away and come back and go,
Okay, so then I'm assuming it is a myth. It's a simple way.
Do you prefer shelled or unshelled? Because you could be sponsored by wonderful
the same thing.
pistachios.
Right.
like
Wonderful
thawed
Shell
up.
would be. That's the same thing.
Well, shelled comes without a shell. Unshelled, well,
It would be regular.
Unshelled.
I
They
I
just
know,
say
this is what I'm
pistachios.
saying.
Yeah,
Lost.
see, it's contradictory. It's contradictory.
It
Well,
just
the
blows
problem
my
is-
mind.
But I
Thaw.
believe the thing you're looking for is celery,
yeah.
not
Is it?
pistachios.
I thought it was cucumbers.
No, it's celery.
Okay.
So you
Look it up.
burn more
Look it up in a
calories
book,
eating
all right?
celery.
Yeah,
Yes.
that must
A
be right.
book? We don't know what dial-up is. You think this kid's heard of books?
Which is why I said it. Which is why I said it.
So there's actually
Not a book to be
buildings.
found in this building.
There's actually buildings. If you could probably see it out your window where they keep a lot of books.
Mm-hmm.
That predates dial-up even. It's called
Absolutely.
It's called a
I
library.
love libraries.
You had cards, whole thing.
Scrolls,
Cards.
You had like library cards.
Now you
manuscripts.
lost. Oh yeah,
Manuscripts.
I have a
How
library card.
How about the microfiche?
How about
Ooh.
little
What
Dewey
about
Decimal System?
Index cards.
Ooh, even
Yeah.
better.
I'm gonna name this podcast "Let's Fuck with Quinton."
You ever have
No.
have you ever, have you
You
ever had to physically scroll through a card catalog?
Oh.
A card
How about
catalog.
a Rolodex?
Ooh.
a Rolex?
Yes.
I like the idea of a knockoff Rolodex and it's just a square so it
Yeah.
doesn't spin.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck is a? Wait, I really don't know these
Predates
things.
the wheel.
I was pretty sheltered as a kid.
Clearly.
don't know if you
Ohio,
were
man,
sheltered as
that
a-
landlocked state. You just
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
Fucking
Ohio,
Ohio.
man.
Oh, fuck
Sucks.
Ohio.
I just went
Sucks.
outside.
I hate Ohio so
Yeah,
much.
Look at you.
Like, who wants to go to Cleveland? No
Like,
one.
No one.
No one,
No one wants
ever
to go
in
to
any
Cleveland.
world wants to go to Cleveland. Nobody
Unless-
says, I'm going to vacation to Cleveland.
Listen,
Yeah.
unless
No.
they're gonna start the river on fire again, they have nothing for me. That happened. The Cuyahoga River was so polluted it started on fire.
Oh, dang.
Even better.
Cuyahoga?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Wait, what part of the state are you from?
Like, right.
It doesn't
basically in the
matter. It's
middle.
Ohio.
yeah.
Unpopulated part.
The Ohio State.
So is that like
Shut-
Columbus?
Yeah, we're like 2 hours north of. I'm like 2 hours
Way-
north of Columbus.
Okay.
But you live in
Far away
Charleston
away.
because you decided.
I know this
Ohio
is
wasn't
my
worth it.
favorite thing that
Yeah.
you're like. People are
Exactly.
moving to Ohio. It's like in the top 5. I definitely moved to Charleston because it must have been in the top 4. But
So,
like,
so I worked with a
Yeah.
guy on the ship that was from outside of Columbus, actually not quite as far as you were, but was moving to, I want to say near Cincinnati.
Hilton. Oh,
But anyways, he was super.
were you gonna say Hilton Head?
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody in Ohio goes to Charleston, Hilton Head, fucking Myrtle
Yeah.
Beach. They all go there.
He was just super all about Ohio, and none of us could understand why. It's like, dude, like Ohio's like the most growing state ever. Like, let's got
I
like
think
the
it's 'cause
highest
we're just
population. It's
so,
great. Like, and we just like looked up all
insecure.
these statistics.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you're wrong. Like on
Yeah.
all levels, you're wrong.
I think
What
we're-
is so great about Ohio?
So-
Ohio.
You gotta live there. You gotta be there tonight.
I don't know
one
about
thing,
that.
one thing that I said that he didn't get, and I think you, based on that statement you make, there's this weird crossover in attitude and sort of even cadence of speech between what we would think of as like a Cali bro and a guy
Mhm.
from Ohio. Like if some
Yeah.
guy comes up, he's like, "Yo, dude," it's like could be you think
Could be either
you
one.
think he's gonna have a surfboard. Nope.
Just a
a-
rusted out
just
pickup.
just a whole bunch of Buckeyes on his fucking tailgate.
I was going to
I will say
You
that
could
is
just have
what
a
we
Buckeye in his cheek and
that'd be it.
That's a big thing in Ohio. Is like,
The Ohio State. You can't
That's
spell
right.
any of those words. So calm down, bud.
all right. Ohio
No,
State's
they
up
can
there.
spell
engineering. Ohio
OH.
State's pretty good. IO. Yep.
Do you know how many times I've seen signs where they fucked that up though?
Oh man.
Like there was one when Urban Meyer had his whole thing going, and they're like, "We stand with Urban Meyer," and they had Ohio spelt wrong on it. It's like,
Oh.
if that's who you want in your corner, go nuts.
Go nuts.
I feel like you get that with anything, though.
It's,
Oh, yeah,
Like the
it's-
bad comes with the good.
it's like a
right.
big thing in Ohio where like everyone yearns to be a Cali boy, including myself.
That's because nothing good exists in the
Yeah.
state,
And
and
we're
you
not
yearn
gonna-
for something better.
I don't know about that. You have the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Football Hall of Fame. Those are pretty
Have
good.
you ever been to either one of those?
Yeah, a couple times.
Oh, okay.
We
Yeah,
were-
you guys
Is
are
that
there.
is that because there's nothing else to do there?
No. Maybe.
We went to that wedding. Do you remember that the same weekend that they were
Yeah.
inducting people into the Rock and Roll
What?
Hall of Fame?
Yeah. We went to a wedding in Cleveland. It sucked.
Really?
No, you are such a.
We had a great time
Scott
at the
and
wedding.
Sarah, it was great.
We had a great
Or
time at the
Scott and
wedding.
Angie, jeez.
We had a great-
Ah,
Yeah, wedding was great.
All over the place.
A little
Yeah.
work.
those
Just
things
Scott's
are pretty
other
cool.
wedding.
Yeah, it's his sister. Scott. They're my cousins.
Yeah.
Not Scott and
Ohio.
Sarah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But still, like,
yeah, that's West Virginia. That's
Okay.
West Virginia.
Well, you have the Hall of Fame, Camp Football Hall of Fame, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
you've already listed those two.
right? You have the best football in the country.
Hang on.
Whoa,
Wait,
whoa, time
where?
out.
In Texas.
Who's best
Hold
football?
on.
Where?
It's the best football in the
Reach.
country.
Best
what-
football of what?
at
Of
what
college or
level?
High school.
high school?
Hey,
You're gonna
college
go
too,
all
actually.
high school now.
College. Ohio State
I feel
competes
like
pretty
there's
well.
like-
When
there
did
are-
Ohio State win?
You
the
lost all your
BCS
viewers. You
last
lost
recently?
all your viewers in Texas.
Yeah.
All
So
of
let's-
them.
All of them.
No, they're
you
gonna
just,
argue.
you just
They're gonna
equated
do.
them to Ohio, and they're just all going to boycott you forever.
So name a high school that's known for football.
Madison.
Outside of
Never
Ohio.
heard of her.
Where?
Zanesville.
IMG? Did you throw IMG in there? Where's IMG?
Yeah, it's Florida, but it's
Yeah,
just a nationally
thought so.
known school.
Allen, Katy, these
Yep.
Trinity.
$60 million high school football stadiums that
Yeah, you
sell out 3 nights a week.
Oh, where
Work.
was the Friday Night Lights movie filmed? I think it was.
That-
I don't think it was
I
Ohio.
think it was a
Ohio.
south suburb of Cincinnati,
It must
wasn't
have been.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was
yeah.
definitely gunshots going off, so it had to be.
Well, yeah. We have pretty good football. All right, you can't say we have
I feel
pretty
like-
good football.
Well, time
This,
out.
but here's the problem: if you ask people in Menominee how their high school football is, like, "Yeah, pretty good,
Yeah.
pretty good, yeah, it's pretty great."
That's the
No,
Division
I've
5.
seen that.
Division
No.
5 back to back, 6 to 7.
Listen though,
What?
A single wing, they
what
did a
I
great job.
need, what I need out of these like local high schools here are better mascots. Like
Absolutely.
who is your mascot?
Freaking Marines.
I had an eagle.
So
Okay, that's actually not terrible.
You're like, what even is the mascot for the Maroons or the
so
Marines?
do you want the maroons? Do you
Yeah,
want to know what
please.
the maroons
Yeah,
comes from?
yeah.
We think it's a color, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The color and here's something for everybody out there who wants to put on their social justice warrior cap.
Great.
So actually, the old mascot for the Menominee Maroons
I
was
knew
like
you were
an
the guy for
escaped
this.
Native American slave.
Of course.
And the color maroon comes from the Spanish word cimarron, which roughly translates to wandering cattle, because that's what they would call the escaped African slaves who would then go roam the hills. They called them cimarroons, like wandering livestock. And then they would go to these communities of natives and sort of mix with them. So if you mix the people that they referred to as red with the people that they referred to as black or brown, what color do you get in the middle of red and brown? You get maroon. And that's where that comes
And
from.
that's how they named their high school mascot.
Well, a lot of Native
Careful,
Americans
people
in
are
the
gonna come
area,
in here
so
and
we
get
kinda
canceled.
went there.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say,
No.
let's go cancel the podcast right
Yeah.
now.
I'll do
Yeah.
it. We'll cancel us.
Yeah, but spend a little time taking the pulse of the locals around here. If you told
Well,
them
sure.
that it had that type of a background, they'd be like, "Why isn't that on the jersey?" we just got
We need a better picture of that.
We just got the fucking white rim and the color.
Yeah.
Why aren't we embracing this shit?
But okay.
I don't know why I make them Southern when I go racist, because they're not. But like,
Yeah.
they exist everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
People are awful.
If
Quinton,
you-
what was yours? Oh, sorry.
what?
What was your high school mascot?
Crusader.
Well,
Yeah.
that's
So a knight.
was it? It was
Yeah.
a Catholic school.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the
go
Crusades
figure.
were definitely pretty on the up and up as far as it
Oh yeah.
comes
Just,
to minority groups.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just high class, organization going on there.
Yeah.
Not that mine was any better. We were the Vikings, so
We had the
Rape and
Cavaliers
pillage
to
all the
start
way
with,
through.
and then we got
Sounds like a big Ohio guy.
shifted to the Chargers,
Really?
which
You just
they
taking names
deemed.
from professional
Well,
teams?
no, it was weird because they
Lutherans.
determined that the Charger was a horse,
Yeah.
which in reality it is. But like when you think of the Chargers, you do not think of as a mascot. You don't think of
I
horses.
think of a lightning bolt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever the hell that
it's a
is.
football team made to do
Correct.
that. But
That's
yeah,
why.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
it's just not the first thing that comes to your brain. And then the mascot that they drew, like the picture of it was terrible. Like before we switched, the Cavalier that we had on our the chairs that were the bench at basketball, like
Oh, yeah.
the seat had the picture of our Cavalier, but it didn't exist anywhere else within like
do you know
the
this
brand.
so well because you sat there very often?
So I love the idea that
That is cold.
I like the idea that, the Chargers, we think of a lightning bolt and it's actually a horse. I like the idea that your Cavaliers was actually just a depiction of a shitty Chevy. Local dealership sponsored us for a year.
Exactly.
Cavaliers.
Very odd shark-shaped car.
Once they discontinued it,
Yeah.
we had to change
Had to
the
change his name.
No, but it was like this, like a very aggressive-looking pirate. Like he
Aggressive.
didn't at all look.
It's very biblical.
What?
Yeah, and see,
You went
I
to a Lutheran school?
don't even know what a
That's fair.
Cavalier would be.
No, I mean it was
Yeah,
it was
that's
it was a pirate, and he had like a swashbuckling dude, and he had like this very big beard.
Oh,
He
yeah.
looked like Blackbeard. He was very aggressive, like had a knife, had a sword out, and everything was like. I was like, dude, let's put that on the wall. That looks
Yeah.
pretty awesome, right?
Yeah.
They never did. I don't know why. It just went on the
course.
chairs, and that was it. But
much.
then they changed the Chargers and then painted this big mural on the wall. It was like a circle with this weird outline of a horse
Lord.
head, like in face-on view,
getting in
with
real
like
deep
this.
here,
It almost
buddy.
looked like a Harry Potter
Yeah.
lightning bolt on it. It's like, why
Ooh.
did we do that? Why did
You
we just
should
merge
never
the two?
draw a
You
photo of
know?
a horse looking straight on.
What was the justification
Yeah.
for the change?
They put it up to a vote because
Oh.
they thought that the Cavaliers was too old and it had the wrong
Too
connotation to it.
Ohioan.
Like the connotation of
Illinois
like
boy right here.
fierce.
Well, that's what it
Yeah.
should have been.
Yeah,
but
listen,
yeah,
you guys, we need to tone down the mascot a little bit. It's
Yeah.
a little too fighty.
it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, we
Sports
got
Tonight is
digressed
the
very far.
Pandas take on the Care Bears.
You're rolling today.
Really beating the shit out of each other out there. I didn't.
There's
I
blood
didn't-
all over the
I
fur.
didn't know that the Montpelier kittens had this kind of fight in them.
Not the fur.
The Labradoodles from South State have really sharpened their elbows for this one.
I think I've asked you this before. You played sports in high school, right?
I did
What did you play?
baseball, soccer, basketball.
No football?
I was also no. We didn't have football.
Too small.
Too small.
Oh, really?
We didn't co-op with anybody either.
Not even an 8-man
7-on-7
team.
wasn't a thing yet.
Sprint football?
No, we didn't have any of that.
My school was so small, we had to co-op with like one or two other schools in order to have
Wow.
a football team.
Really?
Yeah, but I was a public school. those Amish, man. They just
Those damn
don't
Amish.
bring them in like they used to.
Yeah, you know, everyone's trying to
Oh,
run.
they're at home.
Everyone's trying to
Going
run
to
spread.
school.
The Amish still trying 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It just wasn't keeping up.
I'll tell you what, the Amish are fucking good at baseball though. What do they speak?
What?
They are
Do they not speak
First of all,
English?
Pennsylvania Dutch.
Dutch. They speak
Is the
Dutch.
Yeah.
is the
Yep.
correct terminology, right?
Yeah.
What?
The politically correct terminology,
Pennsylvania Dutch?
Yeah.
I mean, no.
as opposed to Amish.
So
I just have never played baseball with any Amish.
I
I
remember
mean, I'm a girl, so they probably wouldn't
I
even
remember
talk
getting
to
on
me.
a team once, and it was like the first game we ever played together, and it was probably 15 people. 14 of them spoke Dutch, and I had no idea what they were saying. I thought they were like, it's you think they're like talking so fast that they're mumbling. So half the game went by, and I was like, man, these guys talk fast. And
Yeah.
then finally I was like, what the fuck are you guys saying?
That's because it's Pennsylvania Dutch. Like, there's English words mixed in there.
It's like Spanglish,
Oh,
but worse.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
so
didn't learn anything.
so do the Amish play with? Do they play with like old school baseball rules? Like there's no ground rule double. You can bounce a home run.
Yeah, wait.
No.
We were talking
It's
about
almost
this.
like
Did you ever
Polish
play?
Question.
No, that when
Good
Babe Ruth
question.
played, you could still bounce home runs. That's why he wasn't real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wait. Did
that's
you?
fair.
Ah.
We talked about this once before, I think. Did you ever play vintage baseball? Like, I played vintage baseball against some teams in Ohio, but like we had Civil War rules. Well, Civil War rules, like you were allowed to steal bases, but like regular vintage rules, like no stealing bases. You can catch the ball on a bounce, and that's an out.
Oh yeah, the original baseball.
Yeah, there were no
Minorities.
Knickerbockers, what they call it. Yeah.
You
It was
Just
all
sticking
there,
there.
man.
Yeah, it was
I know
definitely
you're
getting
talking
soft
about.
toss. That was soft
Soft
toss.
toss,
I
yeah.
remember 'cause I did a
You did
project
that one
on
for
that.
Yeah,
But I've never
but that's
played it.
not what you're talking about.
No.
That's not where you played ball with these Amish dudes.
No, they played legit baseball, and they were
Okay.
good.
Low hanging fruit.
I will say, baseball is the only sport where you can show up and look at everybody and be like, "These guys suck," and then they're fucking good.
Look at
Like
look at-
basketball, you show up, you're like, "Oh, this guy's probably good." Football, you
Yeah,
show up,
same
like,
with
"Oh,
football.
this guy's
They're
probably
big,
I
good."
they're
feel
probably
like
good.
darts is another one you can't really judge a book
Ooh.
by its cover.
You ever
Or bowling.
darts?
Quentin gonna look at his eye. He's like, "Those are fighting words. That's not a sport." Literally.
No,
A darts crowd would kick the shit out of a baseball crowd any day of the week.
Some
I can
ruffians.
appreciate that.
Darts
Some
gets
ruffians.
Especially
wild.
especially dart ball.
Ooh.
Yeah, dart ball.
how's a ball gonna stick to a dartboard?
I know.
If I said
They
the
had to
name-
explain this to me
If I
while I
said the
was
name
up
Michael
here.
Van Gerwen, does it mean anything to you?
I'd just say bless you because I thought he sneezed.
I was gonna say he's the goat if you're into the darting world.
The darting world.
So nobody else.
He-
knows. Do you know what it is,
Look
Tristan?
him up sometimes.
Tristan,
clue.
good morning. Welcome
No
to the
clue.
podcast.
Yeah, good to see you, Q.
Oh, you're awake now.
I said it.
I won't talk cricket. I normally get into that when we
No,
that's
there's
fair.
no more
That's fair.
cricket with you. Did you get to that podcast?
Nope.
Talked about cricket for like an hour. He had a cricket blog.
I used to be the #1 American cricket blogger in Ukraine.
He was.
In Ukraine.
I had massive number. I
That-
did
that-
numbies in Ukraine.
That took
Never
me on
won
a
on
little
one.
trip to like get to where that was going, but wow.
Yeah, it's a self-declared title, and I'm going to keep it until someone comes for it.
Right.
I don't think anyone's coming for it.
I hope.
Ukraine's got other shit going on.
I
Yeah.
hope somebody comes for
I
it.
should revive it, and if I'm still doing numbers in
Ooh.
Ukraine, it's like
Must be a thing.
priorities, guys.
Yeah.
People out
Be a
there, like,
thing.
I wait every day.
All
for
12.
this.
Yeah, I haven't done it in 2 years.
I've been waiting the return of the
No, it was like-
Ukraine cricket blogger.
It's like 30, 40 page views from Ukraine every time I post a cricket blog.
Who knew?
I'm gonna hire you one
When
day.
there's no competition.
Yeah, it's not
Easy
a,
title,
Rolls-Royce
right?
it's not a
must
saturated
be holding a
market.
lot of records.
I'm blocked on many Twitter accounts by several cricketers. It's a whole thing.
Oh, for real?
Just one mainly, but he's like the highest paid in the world. And I just decided one day I was gonna not like him before I knew anything about cricket, and then I found out he's kind of a piece of shit and he's kind of really good. And
Oh,
I'm-
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
you're
at least it
listening.
was founded.
yeah, no, it worked out, but I am.
You just lost another viewer.
Yeah.
That's that guy.
Yeah.
So we lost,
listening anymore.
we lost the cricket asshole and the mean girl from Canada.
Oh,
So
honestly, we're
Listen,
bad at
both-
500.
Both
That's
okay
those are
losses.
good.
I think we should be
both
okay with that.
Yeah.
It should be 1,000. I said bad
50% of our
500.
views.
Yeah. Sounds all right.
Dropping
Math
market
is
share.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were trying to engage Tristan. Tristan, how you doing down there?
Great talking
How
to
are
you.
you?
This is odd. It's weird to
Cute.
see you without a beverage.
What?
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Ooh,
what's
do
in
you have
there?
one?
You got one?
A
Okay.
very little bit of Ghost Energy drink left.
Ooh.
But Q, how are you feeling about playing some video games after this still?
I'm feeling pretty excited. Thanks for reminding me because
Ooh.
now I can't sit still.
Dude, here's
I'm
here's
gaming.
So you're just gonna chug like an energy drink, a liquid
No.
death, if
Yeah,
you
some
will.
I quit energy drinks.
Not
like
an energy
right before
drink,
you
by the
start
way.
and right before bed.
so
Yes. Yes.
so can we talk about the fact that we performed fairly well yesterday when we played, and like he's not going to be
Very
able to
good.
replicate that.
I mean, I don't think he was the reason
You're
behind
playing.
why we won in either situation.
No. In fact, he was out of most of it. So like when he tries to play without
Wow.
you, how's it going to go?
The podcast name is not changing.
No,
Like,
I'm
it's-
keeping it there.
yeah.
I'm putting it there.
It's,
I forgot it.
National.
this is
It's
the end
not
of-
national. Forget National Women's Day.
Yeah.
It's National
National-
Shit on Quit Day.
I shall declare today National Shit on Quinton Day.
For the record, I did forget about it. And I
Step-
do apologize to women
From
everywhere.
now and from
Oh, I
I was
all.
gonna say, step aside, ladies.
That's right.
Quinton.
Quinton's in town.
Quinton,
No.
Yeah.
Quinton, did you do anything to celebrate National Women's Day today?
I didn't know. I just went through a bunch of Snapchat stories about it.
What about you?
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
I-
fuck
Did
up.
anybody here do anything?
I don't know that I did. To
Oh,
be
I'm
You're
honest.
supposed to?
I
I-
personally did not do anything for myself.
What
I
can
know,
So
one
that's
do to
fair.
celebrate
We
that
appreciate
day
you
in the
women.
first place?
I bought you a
go
love
hug your mom.
softener.
Go hug your
Hug your
mom.
mom?
I
I
feel,
can
I
do
feel
that.
like that's a good
Yeah.
one.
I text my grandma back for the first time in 3 days. So there's that. Got that going for me.
Listen, Paul and I throw no judgment on that though, because we tell people every time we like make new friends, we're like, we need 3 to 5 business days to respond to text. So like, just
Yeah.
know that in
At
our
any point in
friendships.
time, we have anywhere from like 10 to 30 unread
Do you have your
messages.
phone on you?
That's
See,
awesome.
so my problem is I can't stand having the notification,
I have
so
8.
I read it.
Yep.
And then I don't reply.
This
I
is
read
why
it.
You
Like, I
forget
can't-
about it.
I'm there. My thumbs
Oh.
are on it. All I could do is be like, "Yep, cool." Nope, can't be bothered.
Current status: 3 phone notifications, 13 message notifications.
Yeah, like this is
That's-
honestly,
that's a
this
light
is,
day.
This
Have
is
you-
good for us.
Have you
That's a
guys
light
always
day.
been like that?
This is a sick
Well,
brag.
see-
They had
no,
13 people.
Like
actually-
when you guys were long distance, were you
No.
on your phone a lot more?
Well, he's
Well,
like
when I
the
was
one
long
person I'll
distance, I
pick
was
up
on the-
for.
I was on the ship, so nothing worked.
True.
So I didn't have notifications.
Yeah,
You're right.
but yes, we've always kind of been not great at texting.
Mm.
We're pretty like low maintenance.
Yeah.
Humans.
We're better face to
Human
face.
beings.
Better face to
That's good
face.
though.
Yeah.
I'm
We
jealous.
hope. We hope.
I hope. Some people
Trying to
might
live
not like
on
us. but-
devices.
Practicing every day,
Practicing? What are we practicing?
face to face.
Speaking of phones.
No. Whatever ad read you're about to do. I'm
No,
catching
I was
on.
just gonna give credit, to divert from shit on Quinton to shit on another regular and wait for it to come back around on me. Tristan hasn't
me.
looked at his phone
Yeah.
any of the times I've been looking over there.
Yeah.
Oh, is this a thing?
Oh.
There was like one or there was like
That was a
one or
strong
2
reaction.
episodes. 1 or 2 episodes where I was on my phone pretty
We had to
consistently.
start putting this camera over his shoulder.
Yeah.
before he read his text.
Yeah, we were gonna do that. I wanted to do it.
Damn, boy.
Yeah, I wanted to do it where it was set up where anytime he was on his phone, it had to be screen recording, and then we would put it in the podcast. But
Okay,
I
well,
stopped
there,
real quick.
That would be
I
hilarious,
stopped real
though.
quick.
But then we came up with an idea that he's probably just looking through the photos of his pugs that he has at home.
Oh yeah, that was like
That's actually what
conspiracy
you're
theory
doing.
about it.
your
Yeah.
pugs.
Yeah, that's what I have for pets.
Those little devilish
Oh,
dogs.
okay.
he has
Some
pugs, I
little
have fake
worms.
cats.
See, that's not
Yeah.
an ideal dog from that
A
conversation
pug?
earlier.
No.
I hate to say it,
Also-
I have to agree, not an
We
ideal
need
dog.
like
Yeah.
we're too big. Like we need like
Yeah.
an unsquishable dog.
Yeah.
Well, pugs kind of look
So,
pre-squished.
so my dad
Already.
They already
Yeah.
look-
Already
the
pretty
front,
compact.
Yeah.
squished at the front.
Yeah.
So my dad used to call. Well, he didn't never let us have a dog in the first place, but that's a
Mm.
different story.
Poor kid.
But no, he would call the little small yapper type dogs. I think pugs would probably be included in this. He would
Yes.
call them punters.
Yes, they are punters.
Pickable.
Because like on accident,
a
you might
very
just
good Michigan dad.
drop kick. And, God, here we go. All
There you
right,
go.
see you later.
Shit, true.
Right.
So
my,
true.
my brother and I have this running thing where everybody thinks he's a lot nicer than I am. He's not. He's just quieter. So we have this running thing where we'll just
Stealthy.
whisper terrible things to each other in public. And one of the running ones is like anytime there's a small dog or a toddler around, he'll just lean in. He'll be like, "How many yards do you think you're good from with that?" Like,
Or a little human.
The question is it teed up or not?
I think it's implied. I think it's a place kick. At
Fair
that
enough.
point, he's like, "I'm good
Man.
from about 35, no wind with that one." Like you're so,
And did he nail it?
he did not kick the 2-year-old. I'm sorry.
Quinton.
Well, thank goodness for
If you're gonna
that.
do it, do it 100%, dude.
My
I
results
feel like
tell
you get to
it. You
kick
never
one
know.
baby.
Yeah, until you go to jail? Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Well,
like
yeah, you
there's-
get one shot, then you're done. That's
Yeah.
it.
You're not a
Better
volume shooter
fucking-
with infants.
You better fucking get it.
It's one and done, pal.
The parent's like, dude, fuck yeah, nice shot, man.
Dads.
Yeah,
Yeah, that would definitely be a dad
said-
response.
Dad.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 100% gonna say that about my own.
I was gonna catch him.
Yeah,
I was playing punt returner, man.
yeah.
He loves it. Look, he's laughing.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna whisper to my son's ear when he's 2 years old. I could kick you so fucking fun.
He keeps running back.
He likes it.
Oh my
Don't tell
God.
Mom.
Yeah. Hey, you can kick me now.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you can kick me now.
Okay, we're gonna get ice cream on the way home. Promise not to tell Mom.
Parents stuff. You
Well,
guys
that
want to
was-
have kids?
That was the way to kill a mood.
Yeah. Fuck this guy.
When are you guys planning to have kids?
Well, are you? Do you want to have kids?
Or are you part of that party that just doesn't want to have them?
So we're part of the party that cannot physically have them.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not to drop a bomb.
Have-
No problem. It's
There
all
was
good.
silence ensues.
new silent.
You could have lied, but
Let's
that's
go
okay.
real awkward here.
Good alive.
Tristan's like, choked up on the podcast. Make it better.
Have you ever thought of adopting or no?
I mean,
think
absolutely.
We're gonna
Yeah.
try to like medically have our own little
Yeah.
test tube baby. We're
Really?
gonna
Rock the science
Yeah.
first, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Listen, I married up. I'm like I need to tap into those brains like legit,
Yeah.
and then like do that in the offspring. So
I
yeah,
see.
that's the whole,
I see.
Married
literally the
up?
whole ball game.
Married up?
You're
Really?
taller than me, so yes.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
Physically up. That's okay.
It's very primal.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like caveman.
Wait.
Oh, you're taller than me, so I'm gonna marry you.
I think
Married up.
we talked about this on a previous one. There is a theory out there that human population is going to bisect into tall, smart people and short, dumb people.
I think
Really?
it's true.
Holy shit,
I think it is. I
Survival
do think
of
it's
the
true.
fittest.
Actually,
Yeah.
we listened to that podcast that told us, like, did you know that this area was like notorious for like really not smart people for a really long time?
This
And
area.
it was
It ended?
yeah. Because of iodine, like it was a goiter
Oh.
like deficiency and things like that, and it was just like it was like a self-perpetuating thing where like nobody was getting enough salt, nobody believed or iodine, and then nobody believed in anything that anyone was telling them, and so like until they like started iodizing salt, that like fixed the problem nationally. Yeah, like up here it was like known for like less smart people. Not shitting on the locals here. I'm so sorry.
You know, I
This
feel
was
like
a while ago.
How long?
yeah, we believe the
What a
Detroit-
systemic problem.
Yeah, I believe the Detroit Free Press puts out average standardized test scores every year, and it's not old
Below.
news. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's tough. It's a tough look.
Yikes.
Gosh.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I learned that the hard way when I got to college. That this is what we call a small pond.
Yikes. Wait, where'd you go?
Michigan.
Okay.
You
That's why it's easy for me to shit on Ohio.
Yeah, you had to drive
It's
through
natural at you,
I have
right?
I have to.
Poor guy.
Imbued into his
obligatory.
veins.
Listen,
it. What
if-
a giver.
tomorrow I contracted a rare disease and the only cure was at the Ohio State University, it would be a coin toss. Like that's where I'm programmed at this point. I didn't graduate from Michigan, so I could maybe have a little leeway. But
Yeah, they'd let you in.
yeah.
It would work both ways.
Still,
You have to like mutually agree upon it.
I'd be like, I don't have a Michigan diploma. Will you guys treat me?
Yeah. That feels
yeah,
accurate.
and then they would still be like,
And you're up in Marquette.
No, I'm from like 20 minutes north of here.
No. Where'd you go to school, my friend?
In Houghton.
Houghton.
Yeah, it's on top of
yeah,
UP.
Houghton.
Okay.
Just about there to Canada there.
Yeah,
about
pretty
the
damn
snow- And yet
close.
you still never been
Hence
to
my
Canada. by the
accent.
movie.
Yeah.
Snowiest place in the lower 48. They really like to get out there, rip
Probably.
around the sleds a little bit.
I think I said Marinette, but I definitely meant Marquette. Is it-
Marquette.
Yeah.
A little bit more north of Marquette.
More north?
Yeah.
Yeah.
An hour and a half north of Marquette.
No, it's real nice in the winter. You just shovel a little path out there. You tuck
Every
a cart
fucking
30
day.
rack in the snow. You don't even have to put them in the freezer. It's nice.
The
That's
outdoor
called
fridge.
that's called the outdoor fridge
Outdoor
right there.
The outdoor fridge. You
We
set
have
up a
that in
little fire.
Pennsylvania
The
too.
icebox.
Yeah.
Outdoor fridge.
Carve a little fire pit out in the snow. Sit there with the boys.
The
Dip a
amount,
couple.
the amount of 2-liter bottles of soda
In my
and
family's garage.
juice and leftovers and
Yeah,
any
my
number of
mom
things
like
that exist in her family's
maximizes
garage.
the outdoor garage.
The outdoor fridge.
And then,
Yeah.
and you have to clean
same
up
up here.
at least one busted 2-liter, like
Mhm.
per
At least,
year.
Because it just freezes inevitably, and then everything is all over the floor, and it's a sticky mess.
Yeah,
It's not
so
great.
There's another regional one in there, and I'm curious.
I'm ready.
In your bartending times.
Oh yeah.
Here, has anyone gotten real uppity about pop versus soda?
Oh,
No, nobody
So
Okay.
growing
slams
up
me
in
for
Chicago,
that.
that was a big thing.
Is
It was
Chicago a soda town?
it was a pop town.
Okay, yeah. So when I
Always a
went
pop town.
downstate, and I use them somewhat interchangeably.
Yeah, I think I
but
do
it
too.
is. But
I
if you
mostly
do
say
a soda,
soda.
like you mean pop?
Yeah,
I'm
like pop. It's just like in the South. There's like, no, it's a Coke. It's
Yeah,
like,
I was gonna say
no,
my.
clearly that's a fucking Dr Pepper. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's a fucking Coke.
What kind of Coke
Well,
you
this is a
want?
family-friendly show. Watch
Chair.
F
Not what
bombs.
I listen to.
Not at all. Not at all.
She's like, whoa.
Only the first 15 seconds.
It's not family
Yeah, we
friendly.
gotta
We
get
don't stop.
monetized.
It's not family friendly. We don't stop there.
That's right.
Uh,
Might as well just push right on through.
True. True.
Are you pop or soda?
I'm definitely soda.
Yeah,
I actually-
I'm soda too.
I think that's.
I think pop is a little odd.
So
We are like basically neighbors.
I just feel like pop is like a
Essentially.
kid's thing.
or
So
it
like
makes
pop.
pop.
I feel the same way.
Literally,
about
go back to my hometown. I guarantee you, if you say soda, they're gonna go, "Oh, you ain't from around here."
My-
Yeah, that known Chicago drawl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't from around here, right?
My grandma's like very inclusive. She calls it soda pop. So
Yeah,
it's-
see, when people get real uppity about it's pop, I'm like, all right, I'll have a soda pop,
Soda pop.
please. Yeah.
It's weird that they call it Coke, everyone down south, because it's
Mhm.
actually all cola, right?
Well,
It's like
No.
Pepsi Cola,
Yeah.
Coca Cola.
Pepsi
well, if you're
and
talking
Coke are
about
both
a
cola.
cola
Yeah.
cola in general, or RC cola, right?
Yeah, when someone
Yes,
drops a,
absolutely.
Can't
what kind of
disrespect
Coke you
them.
want, I'll have a Sprite.
Yeah, then
Breaks
they'll-
your brain.
yeah, exactly.
What is considered a cola?
Like the dark,
The dark
brown,
With a
like
shit ton
syrupy
of
covered.
sugar in it?
Yeah,
yeah, like Coke,
like
Pepsi,
Coca-Cola,
RC.
like Coca-Cola is like the cola portion is the generic term.
I feel like they would
Root
rather
beer's
you
root beer.
ask for like a Sprite or a root beer than ask for unsweet tea, though. I feel like you're just looking
That's fair.
to get your tires
that's fair.
slashed. If you were just like,
Yeah.
I'll take that unsweet tea,
Yeah.
that'd be
They're
like,
like, who are you?
I'll pray
what,
for you.
what
Can you
planet have you come from?
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
imagine
I'm
if you
a
said
restaurant.
if you said I'll have a tea and they brought it and you're like, ooh, this is sweet.
That's even
like,
better.
No, that's honey baby child, that's tea.
That's
right.
Like,
That's right.
I don't know what you're talking about. That's how we make it around here.
That's right.
Mama sweet tea.
Yeah.
So-
Have sweet tea.
On the regional ones, I'll hit this one, and for everybody but maybe Tristan, if someone talks about a bubbler,
Yep, water fountain.
Oh,
we
yeah.
had to learn.
okay,
Yeah.
Oh, my
See,
favorite
I
thing?
grew up knowing the bubbler
Oh, I
because
did
we
not.
frequently came to
I
Wisconsin.
was gonna say because there's a weird band, and actually, it's
Yep.
Polar called their first one the Magic Bubbling Fountain,
Yep.
which became a bubbler, and that's why
Correct.
we get it here.
Correct.
But yeah, outside of this area, that is
Nope.
The weirdest
Drinking
thing I've
drinking
ever heard.
fountain, water fountain. Anything outside of this region.
and there's people who get weird about that one.
Yep.
Bubbler.
Yeah.
Are
So
you guys
water fountain.
supper or dinner type of people?
Dinner. I don't think I've ever
Thank
said
you.
supper in like a real sentence.
I don't think I might be
Never
both.
even heard of supper?
No, yeah, I've never heard of her.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I.
Supper.
I think I would
know her.
mostly say dinner.
We prefer to
Yeah.
go. We prefer to go with dipper.
Dipper.
More of
Yes.
a lupper guy.
I like-
Throw it in the middle.
I feel like supper is for old people at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's at like mid time. I
Like
kind
my
of get great.
grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite
grandma's
one
called a supper.
around here is?
The supper club.
No, we talked about this the other
Sounds
day.
fun.
I borrowed it to you.
Oh yeah.
People say it all the time,
It's
like,
the worst.
"Oh,
Yeah.
I borrowed that
borrowed
to
that.
somebody else."
I
Fucking
borrowed
hate
my
that one.
I borrowed
Yeah.
my bike to somebody. It's
No, you
like
didn't.
no.
No,
That one's up there.
Borrowed my bike.
I
Yeah.
borrowed
Just
it.
let that ruminate for a
That's
second
hurting
there.
my brain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
exactly.
let that marinate
Yeah.
You
there.
know what? Just let that marinate there,
It
bud.
wasn't there, then, all right.
Any,
Or I
any
itched
letter kitty
Yeah.
friends out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You got a
itched
problem with
it.
Canada Gooses, you got a problem with me, but still got to let that marinate.
Whoa. Something just came out there.
Have you
I'm
ever
gonna need you
watched
to take
Letter
another five
Kenny?
Letter Kenny?
I mean, you-
No, you guys told me to. It's on my
Oh,
list.
You need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to take about 5-10 off.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
10% off. That's
Right.
what I did.
Hi now.
Right now, couldn't you?
You
Oh, not so bad.
My favorite Squirrely Dan one is when he just finally yells, "Wait, your sister's hot!" and he takes off into the field. Where you going, Squirrely Dan? I don't know. I'm tired.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, that show has some amazing lines from it.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
so
agree.
good.
I like the one where they talk about the emo guys and they say like they paint their nails black and write poetry all day.
That's right.
I don't know if you guys
Yep,
remember that
that's
one.
exactly
The
right.
skins.
Really funny.
Shirt tuckers.
Really
Just
funny.
yeah, shirt
Yeah.
Damn,
Jimmy Dick's
Got some great
Oh,
lines
Jim
in that
Dixon.
show.
All right now.
There's a Dickinson in engineering,
Oh
and I can't.
no! Every day.
And it's- It doesn't help that it's electrical, so I just automatically want to shit on it. So it's like Dickskin up there doing
Yeah.
his electrical shit.
So, full disclosure, we did have to turn subtitles on for the first couple episodes to
Oh,
actually
100%.
understand what they were saying.
Also, I just enjoy subtitles because I.
do.
I'm
Yeah.
a subtitle
I love
watcher
subtitles.
myself with
I think
every
that-
show.
So it sounds
Sign
like
your-
tonight after this, before you start your gaming session, we've got to watch the first episode of Letterkenny.
No, he
Yeah,
has
you
so
probably
much to do
should watch
tonight.
it.
Yeah.
I think
It's
I-
okay. He works
Who
banker's
the
hours.
fuck
He's not,
cares?
he doesn't show up to work until lunch
And
anyway.
then
So
fucking codes internet websites while he's there.
Just like
Damn, Skippy.
yeah,
Oh
I think
my
he's
God.
like,
Damn,
He's
Skippy.
over there with his freaking camera and his photo booth
Yeah.
taking shots of fucking crops and whips.
Oh, yeah.
he's got
The office
he's not
space.
hitching hard
Yeah,
tomorrow.
that's fair,
Jordan
that's
turns
fair.
around and goes, "What the fuck is that?"
It's funny that you think Jordan's
Oh, it's,
there.
it's for baseball.
Oh,
Don't worry
no.
about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Jordan's never there.
Yeah, I know.
No,
Where'd Miguel go?
back
That's a
home.
good question.
Good question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Came in here for like a
Disappeared.
second, and I feel like he left.
He's gonna come
left.
hang out before we started, and then
Oh.
that he came in, saw we'd started.
My bad.
That's right.
Probably
So he
awkward.
did
I
get an
don't
apartment
blame
here
him.
finally.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Here?
he was
Yeah.
trying to, and then basically they said that no, TMMG has taken all the apartments in the building, so you can't have one.
I'm proud.
He actually
I
came to
would've
me
put
to
him
see.
up.
I know.
I would've
I
put him
told
up.
him
He
to
came to
text
me
you.
to see if we could sublet him one, and we had literally 0 room at the time.
Aw.
And I was like, dude, I'm really sorry. I totally would, but I don't know what to tell you.
Quinton was going to charge him like $800 a month for the other room.
200
Sure,
bucks.
yeah.
I'm gonna give him a good deal.
Just so you could
Yeah.
have jacked it way the hell
Hustle,
up.
bro.
Heck yeah.
Hustle.
I
That's
was
all it
gonna
is.
say,
So you got 2
thinking
bedrooms
it's-
in here, man.
That's good.
Yeah, if I could tolerate that much human interaction, I have an empty room, but there's no amount
There's
of money.
a limit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. We've had roommates a lot before, and we've
More
just
of a cat
decided, like,
person.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're done. That's
This
it.
is-
We're cooking with headlamps right now. Are you
No,
kidding
I
me?
understand that. I understand that. But
Rent's
we've had a lot of
rent's real
roommates.
cheap at the
We've had a lot
Sykes
of
household.
roommates as a couple,
Yes, we
and we've
have.
had enough of that.
We have
No more of that.
lots of roommates.
No more of that.
Like the bear and
No
stuff
more.
out there.
We
The
had a
other
little,
Walmart
we had a
people.
little
Yeah.
fox come up one time.
Oh yeah,
He was our roommate.
that was
for a
the
little while.
Skagway. That was fun.
Give him a spell bedroom.
Yeah, in our
Yeah.
pop-up camper.
In our
Yeah.
26 square
One in
foot
the back.
camper.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
So,
What does the fox say?
No.
No, that's
No.
dead. We leave it there.
How did that just pop in your head? That's from like 2014.
Oh yeah, so
Something like
long
that.
ago. Jeez.
yeah, before we go,
That's
That is
my
years
fault.
ago.
10
years
I
ago.
graduated college in 2014. Don't do that
Ouch,
to me.
okay, we'll change the subject.
Yeah, so-
out of all the places
Yeah.
you guys have been,
Mm.
Nope.
which was your guys' favorite, or which one you guys would want to live in for the rest of your life? If you had to pick
Ooh.
one.
The rest
I
of
feel
our
like
life.
Now you're skipping.
I feel like those 2 answers are separate.
All right, we'll give us them both.
Yeah.
All
right,
we'll
say it. 1,
Fuck you.
2.
No. I don't know what
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
gonna say.
Try it.
That's the point.
Yeah.
So which one are we answering first?
We'll answer where
I like this.
would
I
we
like
go
this.
back? Was that the first one?
Yeah, like which place would you rather, like what's your favorite place to spend like a vacation, and like which place would you rather spend your life at?
Okay, I'm not gonna say life. Which one would
Nailed
we live in next? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Alaska. Oh,
I was gonna
you
say-
Whoa,
really just.
No, sorry.
I was gonna say Alaska.
I was still deciding between 2 at the time.
He was like
What a
Alaska.
cop
Well,
out.
it was either gonna be Baja or it was gonna be Greece. But I remember you hadn't been to Greece, so I was like, I can't say that. one.
ooh,
Just can you feel
I
that
can
burn? Can
disagree.
you feel
Yeah.
the burn through
Yeah.
the
that's
camera?
tough. You did that on purpose.
Yeah. Don't
My favorite place is
touch
the
me.
one that I went without you.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Perfect.
While you were
Perfect.
freezing it,
Yeah, my
camping
plan
in
is
Gander
working.
Mountain parking lots.
We were homeless, struggling to survive in Alaska.
right.
Yeah.
I was living it up.
Yeah, I would go back to live in Alaska for a
Yep.
few years.
I would
for
agree with
sure.
that. Yeah.
Um,
For sure.
I thought that place would just isolate.
No.
It-
Isolate?
It's okay. Just let it
Isolated?
be.
I don't know.
Let
What
it
is
be.
nice?
He was very confident as he said it.
That's like the
Quinton-
that's like when you take a supplement. It's
I've
the
heard
way
that.
isolate.
Yeah.
It's just
I thought you
isolated.
could use the word the
You
same
were-
way.
No,
No.
you're good.
Shit.
Yeah, no. What's
Very.
but what's the thing though?
isolated.
You're not allowed to pick on someone if they
Oh.
pronounce a word wrong because it means they learned it by reading.
By what?
What?
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We'll work a groaner in there. That's okay.
That's all right.
You're
You gotta
a funny
work your
guy,
groaner in.
man.
That is evident of how that last joke landed.
Yeah,
I'd say so.
Paul, where would you live forever?
Oh, Montana.
We do. Oh, okay, that was
Everybody
also really
That's
fast.
in Montana loves Montana.
Montana
I
was
do love
super great.
Montana.
Actually, we
We
drove.
just can't afford it.
Yeah, we drove
Next
through
to Walmart. or-
Whitefish.
Well,
Yeah, we drove through Whitefish, Montana, and I was like, I don't know what I like how many organs I have to sell to live here, but it might be worth it.
Yep.
So it was. It was pretty cool.
Whitefish was really awesome. That whole area up
But
there
not
was really
like
awesome.
in Whitefish because that was like bougie white
It
people.
was bougie, yeah.
But-
It was
Yeah,
almost like
bougie
ski
white
lodge
people.
town, but like
Yeah.
hadn't been to like steamboat level yet. It was still just bougie, but like the real rich people.
But like
Yeah, not
outside
like the
of
fake rich
Whitefish,
people
I
on
liked.
steamboat, right?
Yeah, no,
You know
I
what
know,
I mean?
I know what you feel. Like
Yeah.
we
Like-
talk.
They're ahead of the curve.
Yeah, we've had that conversation around here. Like, what's rich? And it's like, ooh, I drive a Cadillac. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah, no, you wouldn't be allowed. Like,
Correct.
like
correct.
your community has gates, ours has a moat, like
Yeah.
that type of thing.
Yes.
Yeah,
a moat with a standing militia.
yeah,
Gators.
yeah.
Jeez.
You got gators in that bitch.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you guys want to live? Are you moving to South Carolina anytime
Yeah, I was
soon?
gonna say
I don't know.
the pressure got put on pretty hard there when they paid for your
There's a
what
full court
trip,
press.
right? I'm just kidding.
I don't know if they necessarily paid for my trip.
I'm just kidding. That was just based off the
No.
previous podcast episode.
Oh.
Shit, did we say something like that? I
No,
mean,
because
yeah,
it
did
was
stay at Luke's for
it was
free.
acceptable gifts.
Wait, what?
What are you talking about?
Whoa, you're trying to get us into more trouble than we had to be in.
Wait, what happened?
I remember that trip, and
I'm
that was
confused.
I'd met Quinton like twice. I've only gotten to know Tristan through this.
Oh man.
So I'm sitting there, and Quinton showed up with another gentleman at the time, and sort of that rotation. And Tristan got first pick in the draft. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, fucking Tristan's out on road trips, hanging out with the guys, and I'm sitting here watching this guy make fucking paper airplanes. You kidding me right now?
Wait, give me the initial.
Nope.
You can tell me later. That's fine.
That's right.
No, I just remember walking in that Monday. I'm like, motherfuckers.
Oh,
God
I
damn.
know what you're talking
Just to
about.
be clear,
Yeah.
it wasn't my call.
Yeah, no, I knew that. And
Again,
I was
it's
also very-
Team MG as like a
Yeah.
collective.
I was
It's not
also
Paul.
very fresh at the time, so
yeah, so I'm
was
sitting
pretty
there,
fresh.
and I remember when I knew he was at, and I'm like, I'm gonna have to. It's not technically my call, but like I'd like to be in the room when we talk about who's coming up here next, because like
Damn, I wish we were this close back then because you could have came down, bro. We had a hell of a time. Matter of
Yeah,
fact, we showed up 24 hours late.
fucking figured that out later.
24 hours. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
I
freaking
forgot
fucked
about
up.
that.
My favorite excuse that y'all like give, like we're not stupid and only a couple years older. I missed my flight. That is like,
Yeah,
Uh,
dude.
Yeah,
We actually did.
No, I missed my flight. I was
Yeah,
so
we did.
fucking hammered,
Well,
pissed
yeah,
off. I missed my
exactly.
flight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know better.
But,
That's
like,
all I was trying to say.
We
Damn
know-
kids who
There's
don't
no
other
way
limits,
it's like,
Italian.
it's like, oh, traffic. There was a train. It's
Yeah.
like, nah, bro, you were hammered.
I moved
I'm
up 3
4
hours
a.m.
after we were supposed
So
to
when
leave.
are you coming down?
I'm waiting for the time
I was
when
thinking
I can.
like
As a trip.
July.
Oh, for
that'll be a
Move.
good time here.
How far are you from?
For at
How
least
far
a
are you
visit,
from like
if I'm not moving.
DC?
Oh, that's
A
like
good
a
bit.
Like it's
yeah,
far-
10 hours.
See,
Yeah.
to me, like that's all the same part. So like,
Well, it's all the same general
It's
region, right?
all
let me
in that
take you
Yeah.
to DC and then let me take you to Charleston and we'll see if it's
You
the
go
same
from like
fucking-
Richmond
Well, no.
north, and it's like consistent city.
Yeah. So I'm just
So
trying.
you guys should
Yeah.
come out
No,
together.
I'm trying to figure out how I could parlay my next work trip into swinging through there. But if it's not
You'll
as
love it.
close,
It's not as close as
you
what you
won't
think.
leave.
it wasn't. And also, I pretend that we have a travel policy that would allow that.
Yeah.
You take the
That's
Gulf
no
Stream,
way.
huh?
Yeah. No, I'm
The
gonna,
FMM Gulf Stream.
yeah, I'm gonna hop on the Fincanti jet and just fly on over there.
No, it's
I blame Luke. For
it's
that night,
it's
though.
referred to as the family jet.
It was really all his idea.
I-
You
I
weren't
think-
even supposed to come with
I think
him
we get
first.
over there and we
Yeah.
got nice stuff. But
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
100% Luke's fault, by the way. Luke, I hope you're watching this, even though you're probably not.
It
but-
was. It wasn't them taking me, Brock. It was originally just supposed to be me and Luke. I was just supposed to help him be moving, but then Quinton.
Because okay, let's just throw it all
Quinton
out.
attached
Tristan,
himself like a leech. Is that what you're saying?
Tristan was supposed to be moved to Charleston by now.
You're gonna have to edit the
Oh,
shit out
right.
of this. This
yeah,
has
do you
to
know
be
how
like,
many times after
but
that,
so
I would
we-
wanted to go anyway.
So he was gonna drive down with Luke to Charleston to see it.
Yeah.
And then Luke didn't have to drive 18 hours by himself.
Okay.
And then I was like, because the flight was super fucking expensive, and you paid full for the flight.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
$500
Don't
to
even-
get back.
No, not that much. 400.
Oh, my
As,
bad, my
as he
bad.
laughs
My
at
bad.
you and
So then I was
And why
like,
did you get discounted for it again?
because I was on Concur, and I was like, oh, let me check
Oh,
Concur.
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
And then I was like, it's $120 if I just like buy it this way. So then I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm going. And then it was that night.
Thanks for that, bro. Thanks.
Saturday. What did you have? You already fucking bought it.
So who rode in the back seat? That's the real question.
Tristan slept the whole
Oh,
goddamn
I just
time.
Yeah,
slept
that tracks.
sideways back there.
Yep. We went to Buc-ee's. Once we hit Buc-ee's, that kid
Oh,
was
yeah.
out.
I was out
Buc-ee's,
before
though.
that shit.
You
That shit
didn't
was-
experience a
Did you
bucket?
get?
Oh, I
Did you
went
get some
in.
go
Okay,
from
okay,
memorabilia?
Yeah.
Did you get some go from memorabilia?
No.
That stuff was
I was
everywhere
overwhelmed.
in
I was
there.
having a
Everywhere.
fucking
That place
panic
was
attack. Everything was
crazy.
going on at
But the
once.
bathrooms.
Oh, that
Quality
was on point.
When I
bathrooms.
went in there, was a guy
Bathrooms on
pissing on the floor, missing the urinal.
Just
Oh, that's 'cause
kidding.
he's just a
The
Bucky.
only
dick.
guy that was in there.
That's
he was
just 'cause
pissing
he's a
on the
dick.
floor straight up.
And
They
it was
actually-
cleaned up before you left.
No,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
wasn't.
He blinked.
As he was
blinked
pissing,
twice
the guy
and it
was mopping.
fine.
I did a double.
He's like, you done yet?
Okay.
Okay.
really
Plan.
pissing on the floor.
That guy's pissing on the floor and it still is clean in here.
That's right.
You
That's
should.
right.
You should come down though. You guys should come down together.
I'm planning on my
Oh, thanks for
perspective
the
on
invite,
that trip.
asshole.
I was just thinking. I was like, I wish you guys come down, but if you can't, come down.
Yeah. So my perspective on that
We're
trip
too
at the time, I'm sitting
We're
there
too
going,
No,
old for the
you're
cool
too
kids.
busy.
Yeah, no, we're too old for the cool
You're
kids.
too
That's exactly what it
important,
is.
Paul.
No,
Fuck
that's that was the standpoint I was taking. Is I don't think you'd ever get more than 2 days off, especially since you just took your vacation.
We'll be in Virginia Beach
Do you
like
think that's all of my
Not too long.
vacation? I was gone for a
Hell,
week.
Hey, are you gonna talk it up? Let's go. Come down to Charleston.
I
You're going
was
to come back
going for-
24 hours late, let me tell you.
Yeah, true.
Let's go.
Yeah,
No,
hey,
it would be fun. It'd
for
be a
real
good
though,
time.
you can tell that lie to Steve too, and he's gonna know exactly what that means.
Oh,
Also,
I know.
he
He's like,
wrote the
Steve,
book.
I'm so
Yeah,
He
sorry.
wrote the
No,
book.
he knows exactly what happens.
Yeah,
He's the one who lives on Spotted Cow and would live at the brewery
Oh my God,
sucking
he
off a
would.
nipple.
King Fireball down
that's where
there.
it comes from.
It might. You never know.
No, I just remember that trip because I had a bunch of. I almost didn't use all my vacation before the end of the year, so I'm like,
Yeah.
well, that sucks because they're friends. I'm like, I think Tristan fucking hates me. I don't know Quinton. I only know Luke from the Nest tapes he sends me, and I'm not a big fan. So I'm like, fuck it.
They're not a big fan.
Hope they're having a good time.
Fuck you, Luke.
No, it's cool. I don't like fun. Jeez.
Damn,
No, the
dude.
weather's great here in December. Why would I want to leave?
Damn. I thought you didn't
Let's
like
go.
us, dude. Fuck yeah. You should come down next week.
I also didn't know you. I didn't
Next
know Luke.
week.
I barely
Yeah.
knew Tristan.
You
So I'm not
remember
gonna.
next week he's going to be in Italy, right?
Okay, the week
Yeah,
after next week?
Yeah.
Week after next week.
No, you-
I got a couple things in Milwaukee.
Oh,
And then
I'm
I
an
got coming from
idiot.
Penn State, and
What?
then I'm in DC. So
Are you in Italy, like learning things?
yeah, no, this is a work trip.
Oh.
It's not a vacation.
Fucking moron.
See,
Yeah.
you wish it was an Italy trip, not learning things.
Well, yeah, I
learning
just
different things.
assume.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah,
Learning
I'm not going to
different
come
things.
back with a lot of knowledge of ancient Rome. That's the
no, or
problem.
maybe even that much pasta.
Yeah, no, I'm closer. I said I'm closer.
That's-
The primary yard we're going to is closer to Ukraine than Rome.
Hey, Ukraine's a cool
So-
place.
Yeah.
Years ago.
It's popping.
Literally,
Your foreign travel there is
Shit's
up.
fire over
This
there.
must be going well.
flights are so cheap.
Shit's fire, bro. It's the bomb diggy.
All right.
Oh boy.
No, okay. So second week of April.
Second week of April. So I'm going to get back from DC.
Yeah,
and
it
then
was worse than mine. What?
Sorry. I thought we were going downhill.
Or you have. Oh, that's
Yeah.
the
So
bomb.
second week of April. So yeah, I'll get back from DC. I'll pack up. I'll come out. Come on down.
I'm not kidding.
We'll just
Yeah,
screw
Tristan
sock
knows
1
this
and
is
2.
Tristan knows when me and Luke say we're doing something, we're fucking doing it.
We're just gonna.
Really? Because we were going to go to Iceland in March.
That one I was
We,
with
we
you
can
on.
still do that. I
Well,
mean,
it's March.
It is March.
That's March to March.
I'm again. Our
Second week
company
of
had a
April.
nice travel policy. I'm flying out of
You guys should really
fucking
come down.
Netherlands on the way back. I'll just
already
pop
have a
up
wedding
there.
to go to.
Third week of April. Change of plans. We have another wedding to go to.
You won't be there.
I think we're booked up for the rest of the year, actually. What?
Yeah. Sorry.
Listen, Quinn.
What?
I have house projects, and homeboy needs to step 2.
If you guys ever want to
Hello.
Charleston, you let me know.
I said what I said.
I said what I said.
So what's your plan?
But you've no excuse.
Back that
Oh,
bus.
well, hang on now. I also have a home that I have to tend to.
Okay, well, he's building his home.
And do you
Yes,
have
yes,
cats?
someone's
that
gonna
tend
feed the
to-
cats
Yeah,
Yep,
right,
don't
right,
exist. Yep.
Exactly.
The auto
They
feeder doesn't work
exist.
anymore.
What do they
Rock
refer
is
to
based
as?
on
Machines
feeder.
scratches.
No, tree.
Did I ever mention an excuse?
No, I'm just waiting. What do you got?
I don't have one. I'll be there.
He's trying
In
to
April.
Week April, baby. Let's
Yeah.
party.
trying to
I
time
mean,
it out with his job interviews down there.
I live at home
I was
with
gonna
my
say, but
parents.
yeah,
I
are
can do
you
whatever I
like
want.
back to being pleased at work? Things
What's that?
are just like hunky
Hang on.
dory.
For me right now?
Yeah.
What kind of work you working at?
Time out now.
No. We won't get into that.
Oh.
You have one of the more private, dark little offices up there, but
Not,
what,
not what I
that
meant,
it is.
friends.
That it
Used to
is.
have work.
I'm working on getting a better office.
Yeah,
With
you don't
doors?
really even have one right now, do you?
They're working on
It
remodeling.
makes you feel any better. I
Hey,
think I'm
yeah,
going to be
the pickup
kicked out of
floor
my
is
There's
just a bit.
office.
nothing. There's nothing up there right
Nothing
now,
up
right?
there right
I
Save
know.
the
They're
desk
going to
for
put
Team
me in a
MG guys up there.
Do Team MG guys get to stay on the
We're gonna
ground
be down
floor?
the bullpen.
I'm just letting you know,
Guaranteed.
if I come back,
Listen, we don't-
and I don't
we
have a
don't
spot up
rate.
there, I'm gonna be pissed.
We don't raid around
Mike
here.
doesn't
That's
get
the
to
first
go
thing you gotta
upstairs.
learn.
So,
Quinton, I hear you are coming back as a fact.
well, he's got to come back because the podcast is going to suffer without us.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
he has to build in his brand with a little bit of exclusivity.
We will
I feel like
see
he's
the
gonna-
people.
Scarcity
Want
is key.
I hope Steve's gonna watch this because Steve's gonna call me tomorrow and be like, "When are you thinking about coming back now?" He's really fucking good at that shit.
I know. He's so smooth.
He's gonna call me in a week. He's
yeah.
like, "What's
Have I
your
met Steve?
plans?"
Probably not. You'd never forget him.
I think I met Steve
Oh,
once.
just kidding.
I think I walked up to Steve.
Very,
I think-
very forgettable guy, apparently.
No, I think I met Steve. And I think in the first 2 seconds, he's
Just
like,
kidding. Totally forgettable.
Yeah.
did you ever think about working for someone else?
That sounds about right.
Oh, yeah.
Was how he
That's
shook
not-
my
Always
hand.
that sounds
trolling.
about right.
Always trolling.
Yep.
Yeah, that's like the line, like always be selling. That's Steve.
Yeah.
No, it was, are you,
He's
like,
like,
you happy here? And I gave a blow off political answer. I'm like, yeah, good days.
That's not what I asked.
Yeah.
You happy here?
yeah.
Like, could be happier somewhere else. There's a number on the table.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's throw it out,
It's a
bud.
joke.
You know, how happy would I be somewhere else?
It's a joke unless you don't
Enlighten me.
want it to be a joke.
Yeah.
Like,
Joke till it's not.
Exactly.
we're all just kidding unless you're down.
yeah,
That's
unless
right.
you're down.
That's right.
Wait, but when are you hoping to hop a ship?
I don't know yet.
Are you ever going
Never.
to again?
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I don't know if I told you this.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
So the podcast and YouTube is actually starting to get a lot of traction. So now I'm kind of
Oh wait, like legit?
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
okay.
there's-
Hopping right now.
There's people that listen, and there's a lot of people that are following my channel. So now I'm like, well, if I go home for 3 months and do this full time, I want to see how where it goes. And then if I have 1,000 people and then I just leave, I'm worried that I gotta start from zero.
So this is where you do the shameless plug of, hey, we're not
Go
going
subscribe.
away. We're just gonna be back later.
Right.
You bank up some evergreen ones now. In time
Remind
release.
your viewers, right?
That
Yeah.
Your listeners.
You spend those 3 months to record enough evergreen content to still release weekly while you're gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Just have Logan push the post button and you're set to go.
Or
yeah.
so that's
Or I
one
come
option.
back up here for 90 days and
Which is probably
Well,
what you're gonna do.
sailing.
Well, so the
Upgrade
other
your
option was
license.
okay.
I
So
know.
it's actually it
That's
does actually go away for the period that you're sailing, but you hype it up in a way
right.
that now people are expecting it and they're waiting with
But I
bated
think
breath for when you come
I
back.
would need like a crowd.
Right.
Like if I had 50,000 people that subbed to me and I was like, hey, I have to go to work, but I'm gonna make a banger video, like never before seen footage on the ship, then I might be like, all right, I'm waiting 3 months for this guy to come back, you know?
100%.
Absolutely.
15 people.
But if
they're
you
gonna be like,
if you
fuck?
can release like little teasers along the way or stuff to keep people
Yeah.
engaged,
Or have, like,
right?
Luke,
Yeah.
come do like a pop-in one. Have Brock do a
Right.
pop-in one.
Yeah.
Do a pop-in
I know
one.
what
Celebrity show.
everybody's gonna tell me go to sea make money. Luke already makes fun of me for it. I know what everybody's gonna tell me, but I know what I want to do in 10 years. You know what I mean? So it's like, be broke for a year.
There's multiple ways of getting there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
There's multiple ways
Listen,
of getting
but
there.
we still don't have it figured out.
No,
so.
I know. I'm not saying we do. I'm
Yeah.
not
Last
saying
time
we
you
do.
check cameras.
I don't know. It's all right. We're at 2 hours.
I was gonna say we gotta like
Yeah.
cut this.
yeah,
I'm
we're
sure.
Start a rap rap.
I don't know. I'll figure it out. If I'm broke on the streets, then I'll go to sea.
It's always a good backup plan, but it's also a good primary plan.
Yeah.
For a period, right?
Tristan, you want to close this out?
Oh,
What do you got to say?
What is
How's
it
the
like
close
closing
work?
prayer?
How's
No,
this work?
usually we just.
I was gonna say
So
Yeah.
gather around and sing Kumbaya.
it's getting late. Obviously, there's still some energy here.
But Tristan,
Sun's getting real low.
I find that if I'm feeling a little bit restless, sometimes I like to turn on the Calm app.
Oh, You like ominous noises when you're trying to fall asleep?
A little bit of a guided meditation. Headspace promo code Hecktic.
Matthew McConaughey in your ear.
In case
Yeah.
you're looking for some late night mental stimulation, go to Lumosity.
I like that one. Keep your brain trained. Learn some new words. You know, keep your brain sharp.
Mental agility. That's what we're going for.
Any more?
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Thanks for coming.